critical factor because, yeah,
Considering the
I heard
guy who made
stories
it
that
came
people
out and
used
said,
to.
this doesn't work, the cops shouldn't be using it, it shouldn't be used at all. I
Well,
mean,
I heard of
the
people that
whole
were
rule of
cheating the
law...
test.
Go ahead.
Well, they were cheating the test. Like one of the people that was taking polygraph test, afterwards they found out he had a tack in his shoe and he was actually pushing his toe onto the tack to inflict pain on himself.
Let's see my sound here. Everything's good.
What was that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and, like, here's my thing. Law is supposed to be based on, like, at least here, you're innocent until proven guilty. At least that's the way it's supposed to
Got
be.
it.
The other thing is we would rather let somebody go than put somebody in prison who was innocent. That's how it's supposed to be, and that's not what this system does. You are assuming that they are guilty because they've failed this thing, but it doesn't have an accuracy rate good enough to prove that he actually did it. And if you can't prove that he did it, then you can't throw him in fucking jail. That's not law. That's bullshit.
Incoming mission message.
Okay, hang on a sec. Let me just mark a spot on the map.
New question.
11,
With
12,
everything
13.
we've now considered, do you think people are too reliant on their phones already?
Yes, and that's why it says this whole discussion about putting chips in your fingers I find is superfluous, because as long as you've got your mobile phone with you, pretty much all the features we were talking about before are available on the phone. Now, I don't know if you saw Four Corners last week, Commander, but push on Four Corners they were discussing how the English government has been selling this technology, software technology to Middle Eastern countries to help them better monitor email and mobile phone traffic, and that's why the Arab Spring came to a sudden halt. So this is how this technology can also be used in very unpleasant ways. Let's ring sit over there, Will. So yeah.
Oh, also, let me just fix my audio here.
Like, my
Oh,
question
hello,
is,
how
like,
impossible. How are you?
RFID chips or not, are we already technically effed?
Yeah.
Well, in some
Oh, yeah.
sense we
The
are.
way, well, we're not
Yeah.
technically effed. We
Because we
still
can
have
pay
hope.
with our phones here, we can pay with our Apple Watches. Those things are almost basically connected to our bodies anyway.
Correct.
So at
They're
this
just not
point,
under the
I
skin.
feel like it's already at that stage, which is why
however,
I'm currently saying that I feel like the chips wouldn't be that big a jump.
Now, see, the
Well, not
chips aren't a
really.
big a jump if it's a choice. But that's not what the
Yeah, that's
government's
right.
talking about. And paying with
Yeah.
your phone is a choice. If you don't want that app on your phone, if you want to pay with your card, you can do that. The way the governments
should
are talking is they
clarify.
want to have this as a fucking staple for everybody, and at that point in time, it's not
Yeah,
a choice.
that's right.
That's
There's
bullshit.
a courier coming up your way, Commander.
There's a what?
If you want to take him out, a courier
Get
is
him!
coming in your direction.
Get him!
Oh no, the dog's got him.
I'm still going to be the
Oh,
one that
shit.
kills him, though.
It's the Dom exchange. I didn't even want to go to the Dom. Whoops.
Here, catch fire.
I wanted the
Good.
search zone.
You can scream all you want.
I done goofed.
Yeah. Got it.
Reinforcements are on the way.
Why do you have to swap my car? Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to swap my gun? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, like, because with the phone now, it's like a mini computer, it's become a laptop. A mobile phone now is a laptop, basically, so that means a lot more of your information about what you do and where you are and all that. It's a lot easier for them to do it, to trace, access your messages. I mean, this guy was even showing how with a bit of malware that you can go into someone's phone and actually manually change the messages in there. Do stuff like that, so you can set people up. So, you know, like the technology is really, you know, cruising along ahead, but the checks and balances are falling behind. It's really hard to know. Like, you don't even know if someone, for example, is looking at you in your phone's camera right now, and you're not even aware of it. See what I mean?
Yep.
So apparently that's going on as well. I'll just mark
Oh
something
yeah,
out on the
and
map.
I don't know who the fuck thought that this was a good idea, but there's been a major fucking problem with phones too now, because geolocating is automatically tagged into your pictures. So if somebody has the proper decrypting device, they can figure out exactly where that picture was taken, and there's been child abductions as a result of that.
Jump on the back of this. Yeah, that's right.
Although, to be honest, I do like that. Again.
Well, and I mean, like, you want to fucking geolocate where you were when you took the picture on Facebook, that's one thing, but having it permanently
yeah.
What's over
part
here?
of your
Grab that.
picture that can
I
be
mean-
decoded is not okay.
I have a tuk-tuk.
Watch out for the badger and the dogs. Oh shit, they're all attacking me then. So I think the only difference now between the phones and these new chips that people are having installed in their skin or whatever is that these new devices are now under your skin as opposed to being sitting on top like the watch and the phone. I think that's the only major difference now.
Well, and the other thing, too, you would still have to open up your specific app. You know, like, you don't just walk up with your Apple phone and all of a sudden pay. You still have to have the app open, or you have to activate the app, or whatever you want to do for that, right?
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say, you just
that's
need to
still
put
a
your
concern as
fingerprints on
well.
it.
That shouldn't have been too fast for Orbital Cruise, but whatever. Really should not have been. I'll be right back, guys. Alright. So, welcome to the stream, guys. I didn't do the intro earlier like I should have, but welcome. This is going to be a bit of a different episode, and I will be bringing Just Cause later on, but I figured I'd get some good bullshit time in with Pendle Pants and with DJ, also known as German Turtle. And I also figured that I would join in on their little podcast thing that they like to do every week or two or every month, where they discuss crazy issues and shit like that. So if you guys want to chime in with an issue you'd like us to discuss, or if you'd like to chime in with your own kind of input on it, by all means, the chat is open and I'm paying attention. So feel free to join in if you would like to. Other than that, I will say it's going to be a bit of a boring episode. We are going to be doing the Quince well, not exploit. We're just going to be running missions for Quince for the searching and missions and shit like that, because I'm only sitting... Well, granted, I've done a bit of grinding, and even then, though, I'm only sitting at 60 million, which a lot of you guys might be sitting there like, 60 million is pretty good. It's not that great when your Conda gets a 20 million rebuy. That's 3 deaths, and I have to park it. And then I'm completely flat-ass broke, so that's not pleasant either. Fuck, I really wish it would have orbital glided in here. But yeah, if you guys would like to join in, if you'd like to bullshit, like I said, by all means join in. I just wanted to give you guys the warning that it is not going to be the most action-packed episode, and that yes, I will be bringing some Just Cause and stuff like that in a couple of hours. But I do need to get some of this grinding done. I've also decided that since the game seems to be so fucking against me grinding that Fed rank at anywhere that's reasonably useful, we'd also do this because it still technically grinds our Empire rank, and by the time I'm fucking done here, I might even be able to go buy a cutter. Because, well, not money-wise, just for the amount of rep that I've already ground technically, I bet. I would almost guess that I'm already rank 6 with the Empire. I just haven't done the missions to rank up. And doing all of this is going to rank me even higher, so odds are we're probably going to hit the unlocked cutter before we hit unlocking the Corvette, just for the sole fact that none of the fucking planets are in the right state. But I am going to get DJ and German Turtle back into the party here, so that we can continue to bullshit about our things. Why is it, like, grayed out? You're only 3 kilometers away. What the fuck is going on? Why? Why did it stop targeting it? Why is it behind the planet? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not obstructed by anything. How could it be unless it's in the fucking center of the... Ah, whatever. We'll go to a different one then. Hey. Bullshit. On the bright side, our frameshift drive is recharged and we'd be able to glide in on it. No, that's the same fucking search zone. What is going on here? How about that one then? Oh, and that's gonna be a painful fucking landing. Yep. Oh well. We'll go back down. That was really fucking weird. I don't know why the fuck it was all good to go and then just decided, nope, you're not on the right side of the planet, or we've buried the base? That was a new little glitchy hiccup thing. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get them back in the party and we're gonna continue to bullshit with them about all of the fun shit that we're gonna bullshit today. Alright, I'm back. Tuk.
No, I heard a growling sound. Actually, we're
I
going to
don't
do a
know.
mission. We're going to do a mission.
Oh, but every time we do a mission... Oh!
Oh, there's a rhino. He was attacking me. No, he's going to kill me. Come here and sacrifice yourself.
Come on. Let me launch, you motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Well, there you go.
Actually, I could check the mission board. There might be more
I
stuff to collect.
sacrificed myself,
no.
your bike,
Oh, no.
my tuk-tuk, it's all gone.
Wait, get out of the fire. I just had to go the long way around. Here I am. No, don't die, I'm almost there. Get out of the fire.
It's the fire, I
Almost there.
can't get away from it.
Shit. It's okay. Gotcha. Now I'm on fire.
Ah, fire! Ah!
Oh yeah, really fucked up thing
we
that.
lost the transport.
I got
What
away.
the-
I wingsuited to the nearest lake.
I'm so fucking confused as to what the fuck is going on right now.
With what?
With Elite Dangerous, okay, you've done planet scan missions before, right, Pendlepants? You've done a couple, right? You go down, you scan the
well,
fucking post, and then you take off. You've done it at least in training, where you go down, you scan the data
Yes.
post, you take off. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
even get to the planet, and all of a sudden the little icon went like it was behind the planet, but it was only 3 kilometers away, which didn't make any fucking sense. The planet's not that thin, so it's either under the surface or whatever. And then I ended up blowing myself up, trying to find a different spot because I was going too fast. And then I respawned back at the station, but all of the missions are done like I scanned the fucking post. I am so confused as to what the shit just happened there. I'm not complaining because everything got auto-completed anyways, but what the fuck? By far one of the weirdest glitches that I've come across in this
Chewy.
game.
How you going, Chewy?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
So what's the next topic?
So, how many centuries do you think it will be before we can actually construct? What's the name of that robot from Star Trek? Is it Data? Is that the name?
Data. Commander Data, yeah.
So then you'd have to bloody
Probably not that
program
long,
a personality.
considering somebody in fucking Japan made a Scarlett Johansson robot, which he claimed
Yeah, I
was
saw
just
that.
because he wanted to see if he could do it. Bullshit. If you have a Scarlett Johansson robot thing, you're not doing pleasant things. Like,
Well, you big.
Well,
fuck off
depends on
with
your point
that
of view.
shit.
Probably pleasant for him.
Yeah, not pleasant to it.
Well,
it
it depends on how
wouldn't
the
know,
robot's
Because
programmed.
it doesn't have a sense of pleasant or not.
Yeah, it
Unless,
might actually be
unless he later
programmed to
installs
expect-
an AI. I think it talks. I'm pretty sure
At
it's
which
like
point he goes,
animatronic and shit.
Ew, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot
What,
pole.
it talks. Well, that was the first mistake. Anyway.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was
Sorry.
bad, but so good.
Sorry. That was very inappropriate. I apologise to my viewers. That is not my true feelings on the matter. I just like to entertain my viewers and the people
You
in my
always know
podcast.
he's lying when he goes on monotone, don't you?
That's not true. I don't go monotone when I'm bullshitting. Anyway, back to the game.
Oh, fucking cargo capacity fucking me over again.
No, but the thing is though that this technology is really advancing quite quickly. It's very, very quick, and it's catching a lot of people off guard. You know.
Yeah, but can I
Yeah,
add
I
something
know.
else? It's advancing really quickly, but it fucking takes forever to come out for the fucking consumer.
And at an exorbitant price. Isn't that nice?
Exactly.
Let's go free in the outpost.
Who remembers when flat screen TVs first came out?
Yeah, I remember. Back in 2006, I think it was.
Do you remember how much one of those fuckers costed for like a 40-inch screen? Fucking $4,000.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine he was paying like 15, 20 grand for these ridiculously huge screens back then that were they were bigger than 40 inch. They weren't 75 inch, but they were bigger than 40 inch.
Yeah.
Only really, really rich people could
Ooh,
afford
that's a good
them. I couldn't believe it, man. How expensive it was. Yeah, it took a long time for it to get cheaper.
And now, that same screen uses too much power and it's worth $700 max. That's my biggest problem with the advancement of technology. Whenever they release something to us, it's not worth it. Like, my robot vacuum cleaner cost me close to $600 with all the parts I bought. And granted, it does a really horrible task, but I still have to clean the fucker out afterwards.
Well, and you
Like, I still have
generally
to pick it
speaking,
up,
like, it's
get
not perfect
covered
either.
in
It misses
dust
shit.
and pour it all into the bin. And yeah, it misses shit. The only thing it does is help me cope with the amount of dog hair I've got in my house. And then, the instructions say specifically not to use it for pet hair. So it's like, what the fuck do I do with it?
Commander? Commander,
What?
sorry. For this mission, we need quiet weapons, so just make sure you've got a sniper rifle or bow and arrow or something.
I thought he was going to tell me to shut up in a really elaborate way then.
No, I just wanted to make sure you had the right equipment for the mission, that's all.
Yeah, I've got 2 silenced weapons, so we're good.
Okay.
Roll
Did I
G.
pick up there? That's a good
Alright,
one.
no worries.
Commander, for this next mission we need quiet weapons, so can you stop talking about your robot vacuum cleaner?
A robot vacuum cleaner, is that what they call that Scarlett Johansson model?
You are digging yourself a grave in the female community today.
Well, or
I know,
your,
but at
or
least
the
they're the
Japanese
grey, yeah,
community.
yeah.
I feel like it's more the
At least in the
Japanese
grey,
community.
you
community.
have peace and
In-
quiet.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I said in instead of with. You're digging yourself a grave in
Now,
the female community.
I will state this for the record. This is something that fucking baffles me and I laugh at, and it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with people in a sense? Japan right now has an epidemic of virgins, alright? Now on top of that, the first VR porn fucking conference thing was shut down because there was too many people.
I think they're all just too proud to talk to each other and actually ask for sex. I think that's what it might even come down to. There's a whole bunch of virgins, but they're all fucking horny. Sorry, this is very quickly
Nice, a
turning
20
into a
stack.
porn cast.
Fuck yeah.
It's just over the ridge here.
That's a full 20 stack of missions. Woo! Even at the top fucking rank, that's 5%.
Well, maybe...
Alright, now DJ,
Well,
if
maybe
you stuff
we need
this
to
up,
go
let
with-
them all die.
Hey, Commander, maybe we need to go to Japan and do a different type of hostage rescue.
Yeah, let's save all the virgins from themselves.
Landing coupler disengaged. You are clear for departure.
Be careful because there's hostages there, so if you miss one, we're screwed.
Yes, I know. Haven't missed
Hang on a
any yet,
sec.
though.
I've done a headshot on that guy. Oh, they're all rescued.
Yeah, I've already done it. I've killed them all.
And I shot the last one in the head, thinking there was more to get, and that was it. And you got the other one.
The other one? More like the other 5.
Oh, sorry, the other 5. It's hey, Commander. Nobody likes to boast. It was a team effort. No, you got the other 5. No, you did get the other 5.
Those are just the ones that counted.
More money. Thank you,
That
darling.
was fun. But yeah, no, that is actually an interesting point we should discuss on the podcast. That people have... So you're saying that there's an epidemic of virgins despite there being... Well, Japan is massively ritualistic in sex. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Yeah.
massive part of their culture. You talk to Japanese girls, they're more than happy to do threesomes. Most of the
Yeah,
time.
they
Granted,
are.
not all of them. Not all of them. But...
No, but they're a little bit more open-minded on that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. And they actually enjoy it a lot.
Well, I feel like that's because they're desperate as fuck because they're obviously not getting any, so it's like, oh, I can get some if it's with another person? Sure.
Maybe it's Westerners. Maybe we just, you know, make
Whatever,
them all
whatever
evil.
works.
Maybe they're aware of the fact that we just do it for more recreational purposes as well. Very interesting point. So holiday to Japan, DJ?
Yeah, but the other thing, man, we're also a little bit more. We may be a little bit more relaxed about our like about our sexuality, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely relaxed about it. That's Western culture in a nutshell. Relaxed
Well,
about
generally
sexuality.
speaking, but yeah. So,
But also fascist towards it.
yeah, but also we sort of come across as a little bit more direct as well,
Yes, we do.
because
Hi,
they're
hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, you too. Do you want to fuck? Yes, please.
I'm
It's
just going to
usually how it
empty.
works, right?
I'm just going to empty my sack because it's full.
I
So
didn't
it's worth
realize you traveled to
160.
Japan that quickly.
160,000 I've just spent, got paid.
What were you doing, you dirty slut?
Making more vids with men. More porn vids.
That's just really
Into
disappointing.
art.
That is so disappointing. I don't know what to say anymore. Anyway, yeah, so...
Oh, it's all good. I just, yeah, I was, it was one of those moments where you're like, yeah, I've done that thing, and I've done some shit, and then it was like, but he said with men. Oh no!
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was funny. There's a mission over here we can accept. I think it's a hunting mission.
Not like your
Ooh.
friend, that when he got busted by his old man. I'll never forget that one.
Hmm?
You remember when the father was saying to the kid, what are you looking at? I saw this boys thing, or men's thing, remember?
Hmm. Fuck you, search zone. Where you going? There we go. I'm making a flop too. Oh, the lag just got real bad.
Oh, yuck.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes me.
We have to use a specific weapon.
Yes.
Alright, I've got to make sure I don't die then.
Wait, what just happened to me?
I don't
Oh,
know,
alive.
did you slide down something?
No, I jumped downhill and I hit a twig on the way down, which killed me.
Oh, we have to use a bow and arrow. That's
Oh,
right.
my dog. Seriously, if you can't decide in or out. In.
Alright. If you got a bow and arrow?
There's no food here. Alright, there's no food here. If you want cuddles, you can stay. If you want to sleep in your bed here, you can stay. But if you're going to keep going in and out of the room, you can't, and you have to stay out.
Come here.
Oh, now you're being a fluffy silk. Yes, I know, we need bows. I'm getting one.
But make sure you get rid of your crappy weapon.
Yes, already done.
Okay, there it is, yeah. That's
Use
what
a
I thought.
hunting syringe to detect animals nearby, Confucius said.
Can I use a hunting syringe yet? Yes, I can.
That's them good feels from your toes to your nose. Come on.
From your toe to a nose.
DJ, stop standing right in front of me when I'm about to shoot an arrow. There we go, one down. Two down.
Just missed him. Hang on a sec,
I'll
you
get
stay
the
there, I'll
two
go
I
around the
killed.
other side. Oh yeah, there it is there. Oh, got him too, from quite a distance. I think we have to gather 3, so if you've killed 2 and I've killed that one, that's it.
Yeah, I've already got the other 2.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Deliver the meat.
Oh, if that's a lion
what
or a
she
tiger,
said.
let's try and get him the...
Bow and arrow? Okay. Oi, tiger, stop eating
we
my
go.
friend.
Try and kill him the conventional way. Because I want the
I'm
skin.
doing it. There we go. I
Yeah,
killed
got
him with a knife and bow and arrow, so
Thank
that
you.
should be right for the picking and lots of money for you. Oh, the
that's
grass.
interesting.
The grass is bleeding.
The grass is bleeding? What?
Yeah, well,
Okay, let's...
because the animation kind of glitched out when DJ went to skin the tiger, it looked like he was skinning the grass and it was bleeding all over the place.
Oh, awesome.
And then he pulled the tiger's skin out of the floor, basically.
Usually I don't take skin off the grass, only the stem and seed.
Wow. Well done.
I'm in a real smart-ass mood tonight.
There's
Perfect
another
for the
tiger
podcast.
here. There's another tiger here. I need support. I need backup. Oh, you're here.
Well, I mean, to be fair, normally the only thing you take off the grass is 2 S's and add a Z.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm gonna go. Where is he? So I can get him the arrows. Oh, too late. Thanks, man. Oh, thanks,
I didn't
man,
even
because
get
it's
a
much
bounty on
better to
that
get
one.
him
I got
intact
him
like
legit
that.
too.
Yeah, no, you did well.
Graz.
Now, I've got to ask the obvious question. If they were able to put a 2mm chip into either the male or the female sex organs in order to
Oh.
amplify certain pleasures,
Holy damn, that's a good idea.
Fuck no. I mean, seriously, people have told me that piercing your dick enhances the pleasure, and there's absolutely no way in hell I would let somebody with a needle get anywhere near my dick. Let me put it this way. If I'm dying and I am conscious and they're telling me that they need to stick a catheter in me, I'm gonna tell them to grab the 357 Magnum and put me out of my fucking misery.
hang on,
Yeah,
I'll
it's not
stop
that
growing.
bad.
Have you had it happen? Because that's terrible, dude. I feel for anybody who's had to have a catheter. Fuck that noise. No. Absolutely not happening for me.
I just noticed Chewy's comment, actually. He has a 70-something inch 4K TV. That's pretty cool. But
that's
yeah,
the one I've got.
I've had a tube shoved up there, but I was unconscious. But when I woke up, yeah, it wasn't pleasant. But it wasn't bad enough to make me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
If you were awake for it, I think it would be bad enough for you to want you to kill yourself. Like I said, if I'm conscious,
Fair point.
there is absolutely no way in hell that they are getting near me with that shit, unless I am on the most fantabulous drugs in the fucking world. And I tell you now, morphine,
Commander.
when I got my appendix out, did not make me that fucking loopy. They would need something way stronger than that shit to actually get me to agree.
I had some sort of combination of morphine and other things, where I had a button that I could press every 5 minutes to release it. That was fun.
Sorry, Commander. Get your decent weapons back, because we're going to go liberate an outpost. Please.
It's alright, my weapon's in tip-top shape now. It was only when I was in hospital.
Okay. Yeah, I just got to change my weapon here because I've still got the bow. Have you still got the bow and arrow though?
Like, ugh. It hurts me just
You didn't
thinking
get it.
about it. Just talking about it makes my dick ache. Ugh. I don't know how you can
It is
talk about it and just be
disturbing,
cool.
Because
no,
it
I think
happened
it's
and it wasn't as
disturbing.
bad as I thought it would be. Put it that way.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be happy about it.
I don't think there's a word for how upset I would be.
Actually, the bow and arrow is probably not a bad weapon to use for quiet. I might actually keep that bow and arrow.
I actually rock the bow and
Actually?
arrow. If it's not the, like, shitty basic starter one, if it's like a compound bow, I rock that shit a lot in the Far Cry games.
Yeah.
The ones with
Yeah,
the, like,
no, in
zoom
fact, I'm
scope, because
getting-
you can fuck people right up. And you don't
Yeah.
really have to worry about ammo as much, because you can go recollect it off of people.
And the recurve bow as well.
Bam!
Yeah,
That was a
an
really
attachment
good
on it.
run.
Oh, there's the... Was it reflex sight or marksman sight?
Damn, that was a good run. I'm already back up to 89 million. Woo!
Yeah, I really need to do some grinding in Elite Dangerous later.
Yeah, you just gotta come out to Quince, bro. I literally, like, I fucking spawned in and pulled out a whole 20 stack, which is the maximum stack of missions you can have, and did it all in one run.
Is that the
And,
right bow
I mean,
and
I
arrow?
wasn't timing, but it literally took me from the time where I was like, yeah, full stack, and then to now, and I'm collected, ready to go. Next round. Fucking, let's go.
Yep, that's the
Fire
one
me
I
some more
wanted.
missions.
Yeah. Actually, Kush, now the bow and arrow I've got, I've managed to put the sight on it,
Mm.
on the recurve one.
Yeah.
That's the best one to use. Alright, we're going
Can I
to
just
the
say-
outpost.
Wait,
Can I
what
just
am
say,
Open.
I didn't know this was a thing, but I totally have a silenced tactical shotgun
Ooh.
in Far Cry 4, and I didn't even know this was a thing. So I can actually use this at close range and take out baddies silently. A
Commander,
single shot and their heads will explode. Yes.
come to where I am because I've got a four-wheel drive. We'll go to
I do hope that they change some of the shit so that you can, like, in Far Cry 5, to the point where you
Well,
can
actually,
drag
you'll
people
just
kind
throw
of
them
like
anyway.
Hitman, instead of picking them up and having to carry them away. I mean, granted,
Or
dragging
better
them
yet,
might
even
make more
just-
noise, but it's such a pain in the ass, and that 3 to 5 seconds where you're sitting there picking up the body to move it out of the area can be your death. Or at least you getting noticed. That is also why one of the first abilities that I make sure to get is the like, you stab them and then you can drag them away. That one's always a major focus for me in fucking Far Cry.
Yeah. Or the one where you stab them and can immediately kill another guy with a throwing knife, because
That's
that
another good
saved
one.
me so many times.
I mean, I know it's loud, but once you get to the end of shit, or when you roll up on like 3 or 4 guys, the pistol one is wicked too, where you pull out the guy's pistol from his holster and just pat, 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 and 3 people drop. I used to rock that one all the fucking time.
Oh, I'm underwater.
Oh, Commander, you weren't here for this when I was talking about it, but kind of interesting little topic here. So I was looking around on the internet, and it turns out that there is a meteor shower that happens every year, right? The Pleiades meteor shower, or whatever. I think it's the Pleiades one. Or the Perseus one, whichever one. But it's supposed to be the brightest this year for like the next 100 years or some shit like that. 93, I think. Anyways, that's on the 12th, and it's cool if you want to check it out, by all means. But one of the other really interesting things is the picture that was like describing where you need to look to find it. Pretty much every sector that it listed, we've been to already in Elite Dangerous. So I was like sitting there, I was like, Pleiades sector and that sector and that's. I've been to all those places.
Yeah.
Like, it was really fucking neat to like look and be like, ah.
DJ, are you moving?
Yeah, I'm coming towards you. Just stay there.
Okay.
I'm on the glider. Can you see the spot marked on your map?
Yeah.
I'll wait until I hop.
That's what I've been heading to this whole time.
Oh, okay. No, I went and destroyed a mask on the way. That's an outpost. I think that's a bell tower that I've marked.
Yeah, bell tower. No, outpost because of the flag. There's a bell tower near it though, so we can take both.
Oh, I must have marked the. Oh, yeah, they're close together, are they? Thought I marked the bell tower. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I like this hang glider. So peaceful. Oh no! There's a. Too late.
There's
a convoy down there.
Ah, I'm too far away to help anyway.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I ignored it.
I'm 100 meters out from the.
Oh, there you
outpost, by
are.
the way. Finding
You turn to your
advantage
left.
now.
I'm flying near you.
Cool.
See me through the
Yeah,
trees?
I'm going to find a vantage point and start marking enemies. I won't shoot anyone yet, so don't worry.
Ooh, this is gonna be another really good run. 6, 12, 19 if they're all planet scans.
I'm coming up to where you are, man.
Really good run if I can get this one going.
Well, actually, I don't really need to. I can sneak in through here, maybe. Don't tell me there's a dog.
I've got an annoying one right here. Do you want to hear him?
Yes, please.
He's being quiet now that I've shoved the microphone in his face. He's camera shy.
Oh, 18. That's still a really fucking good run.
I just got rid of one of the guards.
Especially
Can you
considering
not?
there's
I'm
numerous
trying to
ones
mark
that are
everyone so we can
1.5
take them
million
together.
Yeah, I know, but he was in the bushes. Actually, they
18
won't
is
see him
definitely a
because he's
good
in the
run.
poppy field.
Let's see if it refreshed anything. Oh, so we have another, well, I have another topic of interesting shit that I'd like to share with you, Deej. You ever heard of the,
yes.
the nuclear artillery cannon that Britain made at some point in time? They scrapped the idea because they realized that, you know, the guy who was firing the cannon was still technically within the fallout radius and, like, the danger zone and shit like that. But there was definitely, like, a period of time where they were trying to figure out a way to essentially make a mini nuke in fucking Fallout 4. Because, holy fuck, some of that shit was just ridiculous.
But that was like that cannon that they said that Saddam Hussein was building. He was ordering all those pipes that he said he was using for petrochemical or whatever, and instead it was to build a cannon to lob missiles a long distance, including with nuclear tips on them. Sounds a lot like that.
Yeah. Here's another kind of interesting point to make. Fallout, like, a lot of people don't know it, but like the thumb that Fallout holds up is where, like, if you were to hold up your thumb to a nuclear fucking cloud, if your thumb is bigger than the cloud, you're out of the fallout radius, theoretically. Of course, dirty bombs are an exception and shit like that, but now that we've moved on to vacuum bombs, there was a really interesting episode of SciShow where they were talking about, they were busting one of the myths of Sharknado, because unfortunately that movie has made it to 5 now. I don't know how the fuck they got up to Sharknado 5 when the movie is essentially just sharks in a tornado. How the fuck do you make 5 movies worth of content out of that? But regardless, he was talking about using bombs to stop a tornado. And one of the interesting things that I thought, because he was just kind of talking about conventional bombs and how it would have to disrupt the flow of the air and shit like that, and it would take an enormous amount of energy and shit like that. Not that they were testing it or anything, it was just a theoretical topic. Now, what he didn't cover was nukes, obviously, because nukes are more powerful, but he also didn't cover vacuum bombs. And that's a really interesting thought for me. A vacuum bomb essentially is a vacuum. It creates a vacuum before the explosion. Now, if you were to drop a vacuum bomb into a vortex, it should theoretically fuck up the airflow a lot more than just a standard bomb, which is just meant to go kaboom and create a whole bunch of heat and destruction and shit like that. A vacuum bomb is meant to be destructive, but without nuclear heat and fallout and all that. And they are as destructive as a nuke, but like I said, being the vacuum and shit like that, like, I wonder how that would actually work on certain things. Tornadoes or fires, even. I mean, theoretically speaking, if we had small vacuum bombs, we could potentially solve forest fires. Because what does a fire need? It needs fuel, it needs heat, and it needs oxygen. And if you take out one of them, the fire can't exist. So it's one of those things that I was thinking about, and he didn't cover it, but we could potentially have a very excellent use for this weapon that isn't even weaponized. Anyways, it's just one of those really cool topics that I kind of wanted to bring up in that sense, too, because, I mean, granted, weapons are weapons, but sometimes you can come up with some really interesting ways to do things that way, and some interesting fucking uses for said weapons that aren't even military-based.
Only problem is, of course, you know, will we use it in the right way, or will we use it in the wrong way? And
well, it's already been
10
used
times,
kind
it
of in
doesn't
the
get
wrong
funded
way.
unless it's been used the wrong way.
Exactly.
Well, I'm also not talking Moab or Foab. I mean, realistically speaking, you don't need the biggest of the fucking bomb family to kill a fucking... or to weaken a forest fire. I'm talking like a smaller, compact version. But the Moab has already been used in combat, unfortunately. I wouldn't even call it combat, though. It was just already dropped on somebody.
Chew's actually asking an interesting question, that why aren't they working on a vacuum bomb for getting rid of fires?
That's what I'm saying.
I think we need to call it something else. I think we need to figure out what the recipe is, or the recipe, the flat pack instructions are, right, for the vacuum bomb, and then we need to label it as something completely different, like a firefighting a fire clearance device.
Well,
if you call it something like that, it'll be more likely to be adopted in that way, rather than using it as a military item.
Are they all done again? Like, what is going on? Apparently... What the fuck? Oh, it just happened to me again. I didn't even have to get onto the planet. I just got close enough, and apparently it's done. So, whatever. Fuck it. Yeah. Cool. Free money. It's a lot easier than landing and getting out of my craft. It's quicker, too.
There's an assassination mission over here.
So, Kush, I did want to cover one last thing. Moral choices in video games. So my entire idea, like the basis of me bringing this up, is to do with little kids or antisocial adults, and whether or not video games actually teach people both what moral choices are and to make good moral choices.
It does to an extent. I mean, all media is like that, though. Every type of media source is going to be like that. Wait a minute. What the fuck? You will receive your reward upon delivery. I'm here, but I can't collect my missions? Man, this game is glitching out hard.
Well, in fact,
Holy
there are
fuck.
quite a few. There are quite a few games, Commander. Now that I think about it, where you have a choice whether to be with the good guys or the bad guys. Because I remember Jedi Knight 2, when you were playing as Kyle Katarn, if you kept killing civilians all the time, the game assumed that you were turning to the dark side.
Yeah.
Things
No.
like that. So, and even this game we're playing now, you've got the choice whether to shoot pagan men or not.
Now, see, I will say that Far Cry is a lot better for a moral kind of a compassy game, not because it's actually a compass, but because it's more vague. The problem that I have with video games and the good evil vibe is it's so black and white. It is so cut and dry. There's no gray areas, really. Like, you have a good choice, you have a selfish choice, and you have a bad choice in most video games. There's no ambiguous gray area. There's not as much, oh, if I do this, then this person's going to suffer. If I do this, then that person's going to suffer. You know what I mean? There's no real long-term, extensive, and hardcore consequences to your actions. And there's not really there's very, very few games where you would try to do the right thing and end up doing the wrong thing, which is, I think, kind of a bad thing in a sense. Is it's painting it as everything is black and white, and that's not the way the world is.
The other aspect of it I was going to bring up as well, guys, is does letting do games give you an outlet for bad moral decisions? Like, do you feel that by doing them in a video game and having the fun that you can't have in real life, do you think that that stops you from doing it in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Like
If I
making
couldn't
bad
kill
moral
people,
decisions?
if I couldn't kill people in video games, I probably would kill them in real life.
Well,
I
think
have come
also
home and
that
like
together-
vented on video games. No offense, Pendle Pants, but like there was one time where I had to deal with this really stupid piece of shit fucking police officer. He was a straight up police of shit, and I came home and I played Payday 2 because I needed to vent. And I didn't do anything stealthy. I didn't do anything like that. I went out and I went full guns blazing, and I massacred as many cops as I could.
I do the same thing with Doom.
Now, what I will say is, media does influence people, and people need to be able to separate reality from the false shit. And parents need to step the fuck up on that fucking front. I get, like, when it's like a 16A game, and your kid's a little bit mature, and he's 13, and you let him play it. That's fine. But letting your 10-year-old kid pick up GTA 5 is a terrible parenting choice. The game is all about crime. Even when you're doing good things, you're still doing bad things. You're robbing people, you're killing people, you're stealing their cars, you're beating the shit out of them, you're trolling them with rocket. Like, it's a bad mental image. It's a bad mindset to get into as a little kid. I'm not saying keep them stuck to fucking Kids on Phonics kind of deal, but yeah.
Did you know that GTA 5 is actually the first game you get given with a PS4 Pro if you buy it now? It's actually just given to you for free no matter your age.
Yeah, see, well, I think that's a package deal, and I feel like if you were a parent, you could probably walk in and just request a straight-up PS4.
Yeah.
And I will say
It is
that
a
some of it
package
needs
deal,
to be
yeah.
taken with a grain of sand, because you are letting your kid go on with a whole bunch of people like you, me, DJ, where we're talking about some pretty adult fucking topics, so your
that's
kid's
why
gonna
there
get
needs
some
to
pretty
be-
adult shit going on in his life. But,
You
yeah,
have to have age restrictions on these games.
they do have age restrictions. 18A, but no parents follow them anymore. The store can't sell it to a
Okay,
kid,
well-
but his parent walks up and grabs it, and then he goes home and gives it to his fucking kid. That's a problem. Stop buying your kids games that are rated way fucking higher for them because of all the violence and stupid shit, and then wonder why your kid's being a little asshole. Durr.
Sorry, before we continue, Commander, I think we're supposed to use the handgun.
Ah.
There's
I
a
see.
handgun on the box where we spawn, and I forgot to swap my bow and arrow for it. That's why we keep failing. Yeah, this one over here. So you've got to get in with the handgun. There you go. But yeah, no, a lot of video games these days seem to introduce moral choices a lot more than they did in video games 20 years ago. I've noticed it now.
That's pretty good. all of 16 missions for the Empire. Oh, we still could potentially get more.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, the purpose of a video game is to entertain. It's not supposed to be a
No,
substitute
look, a
for.
video game can be a let-out.
It's supposed to
Oh,
be escapism.
Going
Actually,
postal.
can I
That
just
that
go
game is
back
the
to the
biggest
chat?
example of that shit. Yep.
Can I go back to the live chat? Chewy's actually said, why don't we invent something called a vacuum generator?
A vacuum generator wouldn't be possible solely for the fact that you wouldn't be able to create a vacuum. Like, the only way you'd be able to create a vacuum generator is if you domed off the fire area or wherever you were going to vacuum bomb, because to create a vacuum, you have to remove all oxygen. With a bomb, it essentially removes all the oxygen by shockwave. Whereas, if you were to put something in the middle of a fire or on the outskirts of it and try to activate it, you're sucking in all the air around you, but that's still only going to create... Unless you could create micro black holes, but that creates an entirely different problem. I'm not okay with that one either.
No, I think Chewy meant that might actually be a better name for the device. Remember how I was talking about naming it before?
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, bombs have a bad connotation to them, but if it wasn't for TNT, which is still technically a bomb, Canada wouldn't have its railway system. Anything, a weapon of any type, is only a weapon when it's used as a weapon. It can still have the title bomb, but it can be used for, more than just the nefarious shit. Of course, it got rid of those missions because I didn't. Whatever. So
I'd call it a shockwave extinguisher.
15 missions, that should be good.
Oh, that was the commander.
Maybe like an air pulse or something like that, if you really wanted to connotate it that way. But you also kind of take away from what it is. There's more questions when you gussy up the name than, well, we're using a vacuum bomb on the fire. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you know what a vacuum is, you know what it is. There's gonna be those really confused people, like, we're throwing a vacuum with TNT on it? What?
Oh shit, doggy! Mother trucker. I didn't think he'd actually be dumb enough to pull on the cables holding the microphone. He scared the shit out of himself.
And yeah, for the chat watching, if you guys want us to discuss a topic, or if you guys want to pipe in with your own thoughts on the matter, by all means, join on in. I got the chat in front of me, and I can see everything you guys are saying, so...
And I will occasionally look to the left as well. You failed because you killed the commander the wrong way. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a weird mission, isn't it, Chewie? But, yeah. Anyway, I need to quickly relaunch Far Cry 4. DJ, can you send me another invite as well?
Yep.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, for some reason you completely crashed out of it.
Yeah, it was just reloading after I killed the commander the wrong way. And then it wouldn't load back into the game. Oh, poor doggy, your heart rate's right up there. Why did you do something so silly?
Oh, don't tell me that was the commander.
It's okay.
Now, here's another interesting question that I want to ask you, because it's just like the country differences wise. You guys ban pit bulls?
Pit bulls?
Yes.
No, they're not banned.
Okay.
No, but
that's
they are controlled, and there are certain breeds that are banned. Breeds of dog that are banned in Australia.
Or you need a license to have them.
Yeah.
That's the other alternative.
Pit bull
And what does this license entail?
Staffy.
Just basically, like, you have to kind of prove you're not fucking batshit crazy and gonna use the dog to kill a whole bunch of people?
I'm pretty sure it's actually that you have to be selling them as guard dogs.
You have to be selling them as guard dogs to buy one?
Like training them up to become guard dogs for
okay.
security and police services.
Oh, that's
Just sent you the
unfortunate.
invite. Joanna.
I mean, it's
But,
totally
to be
not
honest,
down
we
to the
just
breed
use
of
German
dog. It
Shepherds
is down to,
anyway,
like...
'cause they're better.
Yeah.
My door is suffering immensely every time the dog needs to come in and out of here. Alrighty. Accepting the invite, sorry.
That's alright, it's not your fault.
Man, this is going to take a lot of editing later when we put these into smaller bite-sized pieces.
Anyway, after this, we'll go and liberate a couple of towers. So I think we've warmed up enough now. Actually, you're joining again, so the game will probably reload. Sorry for everybody in the stream.
And yeah, they
But
tried
you
to
know
outlaw
what,
pit
Kush?
bulls here, but enough
My-
people were like, "Go fuck yourselves," that they kind of couldn't. And now they're like taking
Okay,
a
well,
back
my
stance
answer-
too, and they're
okay,
making
well-
it so that you can't tell somebody they're not allowed to rent
Okay.
because they have a pit bull.
Well, I'll tell you something, right? As a person that's been attacked 5 times in my life, and I've seen the damage that pit bull staffies and pig dogs can do to a person because the owner is irresponsible, I'm sorry to say, but I think that the only people who should be allowed to keep animals like that should be on farms or on islands that are in the middle of the Pacific or the Atlantic Ocean. Because as far as I'm concerned, those dogs are bloody dangerous, and I've actually watched. My friend has got a pit bull. I actually went to visit his house last night, actually. You know what his pit bull did to him a couple of weeks ago? I asked him why he had some puncture marks in his cheek. While he was swimming with his 2 pit bulls in the swimming pool, one of the dogs decided to latch onto his face. Just like that, out of the blue. And his hand reared the dog. It's never touched him before and took a chunk out of his face. Those dogs are bred for one purpose: kill. Nothing else.
No, they're really not though.
Sorry, but I can't stand
that's
those.
not true
I
at
can't
all.
stand those breed of dog. If you keep them in a cage and then you put another cage around, and then build a big freaking prison around it with armed guards pointing the gun at the dog, yes, then you can keep it.
Yeah,
What people
fuck
want to
that
do is
noise.
they want to go and walk it out on the street. And
I-
what happened to this poor lady in Western Sydney last week? She got ripped apart by 2 of them, and now they have to put them down. And she got ripped apart, the poor lady.
That's
She was
down
taking
to
those type
poor
of dogs
owners
in, and
though.
she-
I have
Yeah,
seen
that is-
so
No, it's
many
down to a
good
savage
pit bulls.
animal.
I'm talking pit
It's a
bulls
br-
that
it's a-
wouldn't
it's a
fucking
savage
hurt
animal.
a fly. It's not a savage
It's a
animal.
savage
It's down to
animal.
how it's trained, man. It's just like a fucking
Well-
human being. A human being can be the best fucking thing you've ever seen, or it can be the most fucked up individual you've ever
Sure.
seen. It's
Those
absolutely
dogs
no
are
different.
those dogs are bred for hunting and for fighting other dogs, alright? And there's been a long history of people using dogs for fighting as well, and those breeds were particularly prominent.
Well, here's if
So-
that's the case, then a Rottweiler shouldn't be allowed to be owned at all because originally Rottweilers were used for body clearing of battlefields. And yet, once again, I have met so many good fucking Rottweilers that wouldn't hurt you if you pissed in its face. If you walked up and started beating this dog, it would not fight you. It is completely down to how the person trains the dog. It is also down to how the dog was bred. If it's an inbred dog, there are definitely pit bulls out there where they've been inbred to the point where their brain is too big for their skull, and that creates a massive
pick up the
problem.
handgun.
But once again, down to the owner. It's not the dog's fault it was
Yeah.
inbred, it's the owner's fault. And
I mean,
I agree
not
that
the
lots
owner's
of them
fault, but
are
the
bred for the
respectful
dog
bits.
fighting because they are strong dogs. But that doesn't mean that every single one of them is evil. That's like saying that all Russians are evil just because they like to fight, or all Russians are alcoholics because most of them enjoy their alcohol. You're making a huge generalization on a species of dog just because of a couple of bad apples.
Correct.
I'm
No,
gonna take
but you're
Kush's
right.
side
I am
on that
making
aspect of it,
making a decision based on my experience. You're correct. That's right.
and I'm going to take DJ's side on the aspect of I think people
Can you get him-
just shouldn't be allowed to own them for the specific reason that we know there will be bad owners. I
Just
think
like
That's
that
once
in
again, you're
itself
making a
should be enough
generalization.
reason. Yeah, but it's a generalization for more general safety,
Yeah,
as
but
opposed to a generalization because I hate people.
no, but
You get
even
what I
then,
mean?
that you may as well outlaw people at that point in time. Because realistically
done.
speaking, it's the
That probably
person
wouldn't be a
that
bad
makes the
idea.
dog evil, or not evil, but destructive. And granted,
What's that?
if you want to have a pit bull, you should have to go through a criminal record check, maybe. You shouldn't be allowed to be a criminal and own a dog that is going to be vicious. But the average person should have absolutely no qualms with owning a pit bull or a Rottweiler or any other big dog. Because you know what? That is protection. And dogs have been around for a lot fucking longer than us. They have the right to be here. Also, I'd like to discuss the fact that dog breeds do not technically exist. We made them up. And we
Yeah,
inbred
of
shit to
course.
get specific traits. So
Same
a
with
pit
cats,
bull
yeah, true.
doesn't truly exist. It's just specific traits that we identify as a pit bull. I mean, technically speaking, my dogs have some pity aspects to them, but there's no pit bull in them. Or if there is, it's heavily diluted. Because these were res dogs. And then the res dogs got raped by some fucking coyotes or some wolves, and that created our dogs. But yeah,
Hello,
to make a
Whisper.
that's
How you
like
going?
making a generalization on a group of people because they've been violent before. That's like saying that all Arabs are terrorists because a whole bunch of them blow themselves up, and If you want to be an Arab, you just basically have to be kept under lock and key all fucking day in a cage.
This is an outpost.
Yeah, but see, that's not what I'm trying to say. Oh, sorry. I realised it was an outpost too late. We may as well just go loud now.
Anyways, my stance is always going to be I will not sacrifice the freedom of the large majority just for the safety of a couple.
Yeah. Again, I'm less worried about the couple than the couple of owners that are irresponsible.
Yeah, but you can't persecute the whole fucking world just because some people are idiots. If you do, then we wouldn't be allowed to do anything. Because people are fucking stupid.
Yes.
I mean, Red Bull wouldn't be allowed to be sold because they said that it gives people wings, and some people legitimately sued them when it didn't give them wings.
Mind you, those people did lose their court cases half the time.
Well, they lost all of them because very shortly after they started getting sued for it, and these guys were all being retards, Red Bull went ahead and put doesn't actually make you have wings at the bottom of all their commercials in a little asterisk thing. But they had to go that far. And it's sad that they had to go that far, but I'm also glad that they didn't stop selling Red Bull just because a couple of people were fucking retards. Same with, like, you're not supposed to mix energy drinks and liquor, and they do that all the time. Now there's a drink which has an energy drink mixed with liquor. And I still, like, if somebody wants to go out and fucking do that and hurt themselves, whatever, that's their choice to make. That's their freedom. But, do I support it? Not particularly. And personally, I would love to have a purebred wolf. It's not legal, but I would love it.
There's places where it's legal in the States. I've seen videos of people who train wolves.
I'm just going to empty my loot. Hang on. I've got a full bag. Try not to burn me while I'm in there.
Purebred wolf would be my fucking...
I didn't
that would
actually
be my
burn
best
anything.
bet.
That fire is natural.
But that being said, too, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to own a dog... Well, like, granted, in Canada, I mean, if you want to adopt a dog, you have to go through more fucking bullshit than if you want to have a kid. And that's something that I think should change as well. Like, if we want to talk about restricting
Adoption
stupid
should be
people for
easy.
stupid shit, if you cannot afford to have a kid, you shouldn't be allowed to.
Yes.
Why the fuck
yes,
should the
I
government? Why the
completely
fuck
agree
should
with
the
that.
people? Why the fuck should everybody else have to pay for your fuck up? Just because you don't like the decisions that have been laid out for you.
Yeah, had two meanings. That was pretty good.
That's
But you know, I agree. I think if you don't have enough finances to support a family, you shouldn't have one unless you're unable to get work.
Why is
For
it
some
saying my
reason,
loot
like
bag is...
disability or something.
Well, I mean, at that
I've
point,
got too much money.
you still got an income, though.
Hang on a sec.
Exactly. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
You won't have sustained retirement and all those things, but you'll still be able to have kids despite a disability.
Damn it, it's not giving me any more missions.
My friend is
gun.
scared of big dogs. Yeah, but your friend has to get over his fears by approaching a couple of nicer big dogs, and then he won't be afraid of big dogs.
Well, and once again,
the
I mean, I'm afraid of spiders, but that doesn't mean we need to eradicate them all.
Here's the thing, right? When I was 4 years old, I went to some sort of a gathering that my parents dragged me to, as they do when you're a kid. And I was playing with a German Shepherd, unsupervised, at this gathering. It was like a business property, but they also had like dogs back then because everything was a bit more, you know, like the world wasn't so full of fucking health and safety rules and no one
Yeah.
gave a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking early 90s. And you know, this German Shepherd, after a while, I went to pick up the ball, and it wanted to play fight me for the ball. It just latched onto my face, and I had to go get stitches. But you know what's funny is next week I went back and kept playing with the same dog. I don't know why dogs faze people so much, and I think it really just comes down to psychology half the time. But, like, I didn't want that dog to be put down, for example.
No.
All the adults that were there were screaming, oh, health and safety, oh, this dog should be put down, and I'm just going there, no, 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 don't hurt the dog. I'm bleeding from the mouth, and I'm literally going, no, don't hurt the dog. Like,
Oh yeah, like my dogs got into a
just
fight
don't
fucking
understand it.
8 months ago, I think. They got into a
Yeah.
fucking fight, and I had to get in the middle, and I got bit on the arm, and it hurt like a motherfucker. But you know what? I'd get bit again
Yeah.
for my dogs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Generally speaking, they're fairly good dogs. There's no reason to fucking
Aw,
put them down
stay
or
there,
anything
stay there.
stupid like that. That's just ridiculous. God damn it. It's like, no, you scammed way too many missions out of us in the last little while. Fucking game is screwing me over now.
Yeah, I've been bitten by a German Shepherd.
Yeah. And that's one of those breeds where I think training... I think, you know what might
They're
even help
super
is having
intelligent.
someone come in and check
They
after
are,
your
and they're a
first year
beautiful
how
dog
well
too,
trained
but-
your dogs are.
They're a beautiful dog to look at, Kush. I like German
here's another
Shepherds,
option.
but geez, they're big dogs.
If you want to have a dog that could be potentially dangerous, you have to take a course on how to train it right.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
That would be so
Yes.
much better.
That
And
2-month
people
course
who
on how
want
to
that
train your big
for-
dog.
And then
Proper.
people like me
DJ,
wouldn't be
I fell
so
off the back.
paranoid.
For some reason. Don't ask me
Fuck,
why.
it's just
Oh,
screwing
there's
me
the
over now.
courier. Oh no!
You're giving me 15s and 16s and 20s, and now you're giving me 3s. What the fuck?
Oh, where have I driven now? Onto the riverbank. Can
Well,
I
if it
get
makes
back
you
up?
feel better, the courier's history.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That's alright, I
shitty
managed
deal.
to get back. Where are you? Oh, careful, careful.
Don't know where his body went though. Oh, there we go. It fell
Now-
down the hill.
Here's another thing that Chewy can probably answer, because I've only heard rumors of this. I haven't actually went and done a bit of research on it, but I've heard that Trump has either outlawed or is planning to outlaw abortion. Which,
No, I haven't heard
considering their
that.
overpopulation, I see as a bad idea.
Yeah, I see that as a terrible idea.
Smart
Not
kid.
from like a, you know, population standpoint, but just like how would he
Dude,
feel
McGain.
if his teenage daughter got pregnant and an abortion wasn't available to her, and as a result she never got a full-time career in anything ever again? Just
Got
because
it.
she made a poor decision as a teen and couldn't undo it.
Or not
Where's
even a poor
the-
decision. I mean, shit happens.
What do you
Yeah.
Condoms
shit,
break, birth control fails. You know, it's not a guarantee just because you were being safe that people won't get knocked up.
Don't destroy
if
it,
you're-
don't destroy it.
Sorry, it's on fire
Oh, it
already.
doesn't matter.
It's on fire
Uh,
already.
I did say it.
Oh, actually,
How
I can
good you're
heal.
alive.
Fuck!
Just.
Game is just Jew-balling me hard now.
Oh no, oh no, I'm on
That's
fire.
RNG, right?
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, is that an enemy boat?
I reckon it's PNG, planned number generation.
Hmm.
Is that an enemy boat?
Let's
No.
try somebody else's game then.
No, it's a friendly boat. Can you get the courier now?
Ah, I've lost my good gun. It's underneath the car. No! No!
Hang on a minute, I picked up the body.
It. I see my gun. I see my gun. It's under the driver's. Oh, I can hang on. I got it. I got my gun back. It's all right. No
Alright,
one panic.
let's go. Let's go, man.
This
Wow,
time I'm gonna
I'm
go
doing well with the
inside the
car,
cab.
Fuck! It's just being such a dick now.
Who's being a dick?
The game.
The game is being a
Elite
super
dangerous.
dick.
In relation to giving out missions.
Yes.
So, Commander, I suppose just to make an observation about what we were discussing before, I think for some people, they use gaming for escapism. Alright, so in other words, to do things like, for example, say in GTA where you decide to go, you know,
Well, it's
like
like
a
my
maniac
video,
with a fire
101
truck or
things you
something
wouldn't
like
do in
that.
real life.
yeah, but you do it in a video game because it's a video game, so there might be a small minority that
What the fuck?
oh,
So
wait
they
a
just
minute,
killed
it's
it.
an elephant, man.
No, Quince
the
now
elephant
has
one.
no state. It went from being almost in a civil war to having no fucking state, so now all the missions are gone.
You
Oh,
get
wait a minute,
elephants
I've got
out.
Molotov.
That... Fuck you, devs. Fuck you. Like, what the fuck?
Catch
I've
fire.
not seen any other planets change states for a full fucking week, and this
Can you
thing
hear
has
that?
been at a civil war for like 2 days, and all of a sudden it's at no state. So yeah, now no more missions. Wow. Thanks, game.
Great.
Thanks for being such a cunt bag about it.
So still go to Quince or not really?
No. Now there's no point. Like, it's completely fucking useless.
No.
Yeah, and like literally 20 minutes ago, I was pulling fucking 18 and 20 missions off of it. What up, though? Go hard. Welcome back to the stream/chat, bro.
Did you get
Anyways,
your
yeah,
weapon?
that's fucking horseshit. Complete and utter fucking horseshit. Pulling in 18 missions, and then all of a sudden now there's no state, and it's fucking done. And we're
Commander,
what,
there's
3 days?
one of those Fashion Week ones, which means I can upgrade my wallet, so I might as well do this one, and then we'll go and do an
4 days
outpost.
in. Definitely should not have changed fucking states yet.
Alright.
Well, let's go check everywhere else and see if
Actually,
anything else
what's
has changed.
doing that? I like this game. I'll never get sick of it.
Cios.
I have to admit though, Commander, in the video games, where there's a moral choice, I will always do the good guy first,
Oh,
and then when
fuck
I go
yes.
play through the game the second time I go and do the Easter eggs and that, that's when I play as the bad guy, or do the bad things. So
But
I
is
can
that
do them
your
like...
is that your personal programming?
Oh, because I can't in this fucking
No,
thing,
what
that's
that
right.
is that's just me seeing life from 2 points of view, and a video game is the only time where you can really truly do that without actually hurting anyone or creating any consequences, if you know what I mean. Because it's very
Can I
different.
just say, as a gamer, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the very first one, when I went down the evil path to that, and the Twi'lek I had as a companion denounced me, that's the first time I felt terrible being the dark side.
When you mean denounce, you mean he had a go at you, or he actually tried to get you arrested?
Yeah, no, she had a go at me.
And what was your response?
I think there's only one
Red
thing
is
you
my
can do in
favourite
those
colour, and I
things.
won't change.
In those
made a
fucking
safe one to
situations.
finish the game in 2 ways.
I feel like in that situation, you don't even have time to tell her the safe word, you know?
Yeah, basically.
But Cios and Sothis are good now. They're both in a boom state, so we should be able to go over there and get a fuck ton of missions and actually start grinding the Fed rank again.
When I was playing GTA 3, guys, I made a point of not running over civilians and that. It was only after I finished the game and I got bored and started doing free roaming, and that's when I started doing all that shit to get the army to chase me and all that. You know what I mean? But I actually find it more challenging to try and do the game and do your missions without running people over. You know what I mean? It's harder.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go this way, man.
I think that's one of the best things about GTA is it allowed you to play in that way.
Well, to an extent.
Grab that car if you want, I'll grab this one.
May as well warn everybody.
Try not to blow me up. Can you believe it? He tries to get me with the grenade launcher in the car.
Oh, dying.
Oh no, we've got to use shotguns. Alright, off you.
I've got a
Grab a
silenced
shotgun.
shotgun with me.
Right, I've got to use...
State
Oh no,
anymore.
actually it counts. Yeah,
Would you
because
like
now it says
my
the hut.
overpowered shotgun?
No, that's fine. I'll use this one. You can use that one. Look at you.
Hopefully anybody still in the region saw that.
Oh, that's
Oh, wait, am I-
perfect for Herc.
No, I'm in open. It's like, wait,
Yeah,
am
that's
I
why
in
I did
solo?
it. I felt
What's
dirty
going on
doing it.
here?
Alright.
Hang on a sec.
Elephant
This isn't
attack.
part of the... Yeah, but that's not part
Yeah,
of the
this is
game.
no, this is the hunting mission. This is that rhino we have to fight. See all the spears in him and everything? He's a special character. Ooh, I think I shot you instead of the rhino.
I think you did too. That's alright. We got him.
So, since we have nothing else to talk about right now, interesting update to the horrible fire situation in my province. The amount of shit
Yes,
that
how is
has
that going?
burned now is actually larger than Prince Edward Island, which is its own province. It's at about 565,000 hectares, which is pretty bad, and considering we've had nothing but dry weather and no rain for the last, like, 2 fucking weeks, and we're expecting lightning in this week, it's gonna
Okay.
get shitty again.
Although, to be fair, if lightning strikes fire, it's not going to cause more fire at the very least.
No, but we have forest everywhere, right? So if it strikes somewhere in a forest, it's gonna start another fire. And unfortunately, like, Elephant Hill is still, like, it's well over 100,000 hectares now. It's bad. It's really
You guys actually have
bad.
elephants in Canada.
Yep. Yep, we do. We keep them right
Really?
next to the polar bears.
Oh my god, nah.
And the penguins. They're great friends.
Well, I wonder why they called it Elephant Hill in the first place. Is there a story to that?
I have no idea. It's like, it's not that close to me. But a good portion of a town that's only an hour and a half away from me has now been evacuated. Before it was just like the one strip that was by the fire, but now it's a large portion of the town. And we are still in a state of emergency. They extended it again. We've
Well, I mean,
basically
there is
been
still
in a
fire
state of
going, so
emergency
that is
for
an
like a month and a
emergency.
half. Oh yeah, no, like it's totally warranted that we're in a state of emergency, but like yeah, it's been like a month and a half. It's been pretty shitty. And now there's like the lower third of the province has a big heavy fucking smoke warning, and oh man, shit's getting real.
Uh-oh. Shall we defend it? Might as well.
Yeah, why not? We're already in the firing line.
And besides, I've got plenty of Molotovs. Let me get some to scream.
Depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks is going to be like the big deciding factor on whether or not we take first place for the worst fucking fire season. Because, yeah, it's been growing pretty extensively, and this is the worst
You
month
almost sound
for
like you're
it,
going
and
for it.
fuck. We only have 300,000 hectares to go.
You honestly sound like you're trying to... You want it to be the worst fire season.
No, it just kind of... Like, don't get me wrong, global warming is a thing. And that's another fucking thing that kind of bugs me and is an interesting topic. Global warming, while being totally true and being partially
one
our
down
fault,
here.
I laugh at the fact that the Paris Accord, somebody did a meme and it was like,
You
11
need the
world
riverbed.
leaders flying planes to Paris to tell us that we use too much fuel. On top of
Yeah.
that, I would like to add in that since the end of World War II, over 2,000 nuclear devices have been set off. These things create a massive amount of heat. And then we all sit here and wonder why it's starting to get a little bit warmer up in this bitch. Stop
Yeah,
setting
I'm
off so much
running
shit.
away.
Granted,
Oh,
they
it's
did
not
stop
good.
in like the late 90s, I think, or yeah, it was like the late 90s that
Good
they
shot.
finally like had the treaty of no more nuke testing, but still, like testing your bombs, testing this, testing that, blowing shit up constantly is creating a massive amount of
Oh.
heat. Stop doing it and maybe things will start cooling down a little bit. Or at least slow the
Agreed.
growth of the fucking heat.
Where's that? Where's that? Oh, there it is. It's that way. There's a bell tower here.
Oh, Belltown, right.
I saw the convoy thing, but oh yeah, there it is. There.
Also an interesting kind of thing to add in. Cops here pretty much never turn off their vehicles, except when they're at the gas pump. Is that the same in Australia? Do you guys just leave your car running 24/7? Or is that something that you guys
Depends
get
on
in trouble for?
the situation, like, if we need the lights to be flashing, yeah. And also, if we're about to, like, if you suspect someone's going to do a runner while you're, you know, talking to them through their car window, then yeah, obviously on the side of the road we'll keep our engine running. If you're going inside a police station, yeah, we definitely turn it off.
Well, I was talking like when I was doing security and shit like that, you know, the cops would show up, they'd fucking do their investigation, blah, blah, blah. But generally speaking, they'd be there for 45 minutes to an hour, and the whole fucking time, everybody's car is running.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, in
get-
winter it makes sense because it gets fucking cold. And like, I understand that one, but like in the middle
Thank
of
you.
summer and shit like that, there's 6 fucking cars running, and there doesn't need to be. I was just, yeah, curious if that was a thing in Australia, if you guys were, you know, more cracked down on it,
no,
or if
you
you just,
definitely turn
it's
it
not
off
like a social
at that
thing.
point.
Well, actually, Kush, funny you mention that because not with police cars, but you know who does that? Taxis.
Yeah.
Because
do.
it's in their interest to keep the car running all the time because apparently it means that they don't have to service it as often. Because it's actually the stopping and starting up of a car that does most of its wear and tear. Interesting.
It's like a
Another-
light bulb.
Another fun question. In Canada, at the very least, I don't know about the States, but the taxis have 2 plates, and one of them basically makes them exempt from parking spaces. They can park pretty much wherever the fuck they want. Fire hydrant zones, no parking zones, loading zones to pick up people and shit like that. Is it the same there?
No, we have taxi zones. Like specific taxi zones.
Well, we
Yeah,
still have
But
some
they
of
can
those
also
as
use a
well.
loading dock for 5 minutes.
Ah, okay, so there are still special
Yeah.
exceptions for taxis. See, I wasn't
But
actually aware of
nothing
that until, like,
gives
the end of my
them
security
the right
career.
to be above the law.
It's not like they're above the law, they're just able to do shit in traffic, because they're not technically parked there. Like, they can't park and get out of their vehicle, but they can park and wait for somebody, and the cops can't give them a ticket for it.
If you stop in the middle of the road here, I will give you a ticket. Because it's dangerous. If you're inviting passengers to come to your car and
killed
someone
someone.
hits you from behind, you're causing a massive
Well,
safety
that's
risk.
all. They're not, like, allowed to park in the middle of the road, just, like, handicap zones, loading
No, but
zones,
what I'm saying is
anything
if,
like
if
that
there's
type
no
of shit.
slip lane on the side, if there's
Yeah.
no stopping area and there's a square curb that you can't put your car on top of, and you stop, I will not let it go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's right, 'cause it's dangerous. Yeah, they're quite strict, especially in Sydney, Commander.
Yeah, well, they have to be in
Push.
Sydney. Like, holy shit, is that
because
place
otherwise
fucking
it's-
crowded?
Yeah, because otherwise it's
Awesome.
a disaster. You can just get traffic jams because of one person that's parked illegally and is blocking the lane.
That's exactly
what
how traffic
it takes.
jams start, though. It's always one person.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
But
Yep.
they don't see it that way, do they? They just think, oh, it's only 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes becomes a butterfly effect of 5 fucking hours.
Can you see what's over there? Is that a
Smoke.
convoy?
Oh,
It's a
14
convoy.
more. Jesus,
Let's go
only
down here.
14.
Yeah, I think there's a convoy. Oh, there is too. Protect the convoy. Let's do this one. Preferably without all the bullshit. You know what, Kush? I don't know what's worse. The enemies in this game or Commander.
Has he adopted
Right.
your top
it's pretty
strategy?
obvious, right?
Come on, hurry up, get down here.
I'm ready to go. Where are we going? I see it.
I still, like, fuck, I died when I was playing that game, and all of a sudden I look and this eagle picks up
Oh,
this
no.
fucking pig, takes it up like 30 feet in the air, and then just drops it to its death.
Now
Yeah,
gotta make
yeah,
sure I
that-
don't die.
I watched an eagle do that with a yak.
Nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
eagle
like,
Picks up a
in real
snake or a pig and then drops it.
yeah, I was like standing back, fucking checking out one of these fortresses, like the big ones, the ones that you're not supposed to take by yourself. And I'm like, you know, scoping everybody out, seeing where everybody is, and all of a sudden, like, I didn't notice it when I was aiming down my sights, but when I watched the video
Something
afterwards, I could
weird.
see the eagle come down and grab it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like looking around, and then I like look up. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Scope in on it, and there's the eagle flying up with the pig, and then it just drops it down on a rock. I was like, wow, brutal. And then it just flew away too. It wasn't even like a scripted, I'm gonna go down and eat it after I drop it. It was just like
Quick knife.
to kill it because.
Oh, what are you doing? You're leaving
What do you
without me.
I haven't left. The truck's
Oh.
leaving. Have you seen what I'm doing?
Oh boy.
I'm on the front of the truck. Like, on the nose of the truck.
You might want to jump off it because otherwise it'll keep going because I can't catch up. If you jump off it'll stop.
It won't... Yeah, the truck won't stop.
Okay, here I am. Can I repair
Give me
it?
a second...
No, well, let me
No, we
repair
can't
it.
repair it, so it's taking more damage.
So Deej, another good question for you. You started
Oh,
in
yeah.
on Rick and Morty yet?
Have I started on what?
Rick and
Rick
Morty.
and Morty, the cartoon series we recommended to you.
No, I haven't. I sort of
Ah.
half forgot about that. Just remind me what that was about. Who's Rick and Morty?
Rick is the smartest
I'll
man
let
in the
you take
universe,
this one.
and Morty is his
probably
grandson.
the dumbest grandson of all time.
He's not really that dumb.
Yeah, fair point.
He's
Just
a bit of a
Rick always makes him out to
coward,
be dumb.
but to be fair, his grandfather does kind of get him into some pretty batshit crazy fucking situations. But it's just like, it's a very over-the-top, fucking hilarious cartoon where Rick takes Morty on these crazy fucking adventures that he really shouldn't be taking him on.
Rick!
Yeah. Morty, I need you to shove the seed right up your butthole. Like, all the way up.
I'll
won't
say that.
Won't that hurt?
Yeah.
Flipped off.
Oh, fuck.
don't
He's,
feel
like,
bad.
smuggling these seeds in and shit like that. No, dude, like, some of the
For a
conversations that his
galactic
had in it.
spaceport, no less.
Yeah. Because he's, like, the most notorious intergalactic criminal.
And the smartest man in the universe.
Yep. It's fucking great.
Which
Like,
is
the
why you should
series is
watch the
so
show.
good, dude. Season 1, like I said before, is like, yeah, it's a little bit cringeworthy, especially the first
What are we
couple of
waiting for?
episodes. They're a bit hard to get through, but once you hit Season 2, it's fucking gold. And Season 3 has been
What's
so
wrong with
good
the
so
truck?
far.
Why isn't the truck going forward?
I
Just
don't
come
know.
back on for a sec. No, just need a reset.
I think I already scanned this one, but whatever. Scan it again as we go.
Oh, wait a minute, now it's asking me to repair it.
No, I did that.
Only 10 more jumps.
Yeah, because you did some damage. I think it was stuck in the...
Yeah, but I want to see if that helps reset it.
I think it should now.
Well, I mean, the best part about all of this is that
What
I can
the
actually
hell?
start grinding my set rank again.
Right, do it again. This time stay
Wow.
on the truck. I think
Hello,
it was just a
Daddy.
glitch
Is
because
that
when...
Annabeth?
Hmm?
I don't know, it's just a smiley face and that.
What's the username of that person there?
I can't
Oh,
see.
right, the
because
smiley
username-
faces are the username.
What?
Oh, apparently DJ is someone's daddy. And that girl looks like Elsa from... Yeah, Frozen.
Okay, then. That's fucking interesting.
DJ's
let's
just got a
go.
comment from her going, hello, daddy.
Oh. Yeah, it might be Annabeth.
DJ, what have you been doing?
Me? Nothing. I've just been
Annabeth, if
streaming
it's
some
you,
very
comment
healthy
again,
adult
please.
content. You know me. I'm very
Adult
non-controversial.
Very
Well, I suppose it's a pretty
non-controversial.
adult thing to be a dad.
It's a really
Just
awkward
screw up
way to
poster.
learn about things, though.
Did he say from behind? Yes, yes he did.
Oh, that was terrible. So another interesting question about Australia. What's your prison system like? Like, is it lax?
What's
Is
the
it
prison
fucking
system
brutal? Is it...
Well, just like yours, we have 3 different levels.
You're right.
No, for some reason you blew me up.
Me?
Well, okay,
Yeah,
like, I
sorry.
mean medium
Bounce
level
back.
and maximum... Wait, you don't have 4?
No, we've only got 3.
Okay. I don't even know if we
What
have
the
4.
hell?
I think America
I
is
keep
the one that has
dying.
4. We might have 4. Because there's like the max
Also,
and then
we
the
have...
super
Okay,
max.
well, we also have juvenile, put it that way.
Well, we also have that one as well. So yeah, technically 5.
Yeah.
Got him.
Here's the interesting thing about Australia. Until you're 18, you can essentially get away with quite a bad set of crimes all the way up to, like, just before
Oh, I've got no more
killing
Molotovs.
someone. And there's essentially speaking, and this is something I disagree with, but there's essentially speaking very little reprimand other than community service. Which is
See-
why a lot of parents are getting their kids to do their peddling work for drugs.
See, that's a bit of a
I've
problem
seen
here, but it's a
4-year-olds.
little bit it's much more restricted. You cannot be criminally charged with anything until you are 12 years old.
I have found a very good way to circumnavigate this issue, though. I actually took in a 4-year-old once to a station, and I won't give any details as to any aspects of this.
Yeah.
But I called child services and said this is what their parents are making them doing, and they threatened to take it away. And that stopped them pretty fucking quickly.
Oh yeah, but like, I won't name any names, but one of the guys that I know, there was a really bad gang in town that was notorious for just really fucked up shit. And because of the fact that 12 was the limit, my buddy got abducted at about 11, off the
Yeah.
streets, put in a crack shack, made into a fucking mule until he couldn't be a mule anymore, and then he got turned into a fucking dealer. And his parents, like, he went missing.
Oh,
Like, it was
it's a
bad that
it's a
way.
convoy.
But while it's good in the sense that it protects children, it also is kind of bad in the sense that it now entices the criminal element to go after children. It's super fucked up. Or to use their children, like you said, as a mule and fucking stick shit in their teddy bear and tell them to go over to their buddy's house.
Yeah.
That's happened a lot. I've never personally seen it, but I know that it has happened a lot in this country.
I've personally seen it, and it's not a nice sight because they don't know. To them, mum and dad is the world. Mum and dad is always right. Mum and dad is everything, you know? Where's this convoy, DJ? Oh,
Jump on the back.
I'm on. Have you guys ever seen the animation for when someone gets on the back of a ATV in Far Cry 4?
Yes.
It looks sus as. The way he wriggles his pelvis around and shit.
Oh, I just missed that.
But yeah, what did you actually want to know about the prison system anyway?
Well, like, here the minimum security is fucking retardedly lax. Like, some of the minimum security people have it better in prison than they do on the street. For example, they have access to internet, they get better food, they get fucking, you know, fed 3 times a day, there's a
I will
lot
say
to
that
it
this will become a massive tangent if I go into it. But basically, it's another thing I disagree with. The prisoners here get fucking TVs in every cell.
Mm-hmm.
They get an individual bed, an individual bathroom right next to their bed, which I don't know, but if you're a man like me, you'd find that a luxury. They get Foxtel, so they get paid TV, which most people don't actually get. They get air conditioning, which the taxpayer pays for, by the way.
Damn.
And they also get to work jobs within 2 weeks of being inside, so that by the time they leave prison, they have about $50,000 saved up after 4 years because they can't spend it anywhere. Even though they're paid less than minimum wage, they're still making a ton of money.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they should have the potential to make money, but no, I do not think that they should be rewarded for their efforts. I don't think they should have air conditioning paid for out of the taxpayer's pocket. I think if you're in jail, you're meant to be there to be uncomfortable to a certain degree.
Yes.
Because it is meant to be a punishment. But most of these people, they actually do it. And then they turn around and go, oh, well, I'm here because I wanted to be fed.
Well, that's...
I wanted
and granted,
food,
I
wanted
totally
warmth and
support
shelter.
this fact in the winter, but a lot of homeless people will go do stupid small crimes to get thrown in prison for a couple of months because it's better to be in prison
cold.
than it is to be freezing to death and
comes.
starving to death on the fucking streets.
So
but
why
like,
the hell don't we just have installations where they can get out of the cold? You know? And where they can work these sorts of jobs.
They do have that type of shit. They're called shelters, but the shelters are really restrictive in the sense that most shelters will not allow you to come in if you're fucked up on drugs, and for a lot of people it's just easier to kick the habit when there's nothing in front of them, right?
Machine gun.
I mean, if you have access to money, you have access to drugs, and the only place you can sleep says you can't be fucked up, well, you're a little bit limited in your options. But yeah, the TV thing is bullshit. The access to internet, alright, whatever. It should be fucking limited, though. Ours, we do still have 2 people in a box. So, you know, there's that unsafety feeling. And granted, I understand, too, because minimum security, you've done small-scale shit. Like, you shouldn't be fucking slammed in a cell and deprived of all your basic necessities because you were in possession of an ounce of fucking weed. Which, I guess it'd be more like a quarter pound in Canada before you'd actually get thrown in jail for it, or something along those lines, right? So I see that point. But yeah, like, food-wise, at the very least, the fucking jail here, they get lobster. Fucking lobster!
Yeah. But that's exactly what I mean. Like, they don't get lobster here, admittedly, but they do get some pretty nice stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think should just be F-grade slop, you know?
Yeah. And another thing, they can make money with the jobs here, but if you want, like, nicer shit, or if you want snack foods, or if you want any of that shit, you do have to pay for it. So either somebody has to bring you money and, you know, leave it with you to spend, or you need to do the job and then have the money to buy your shit.
Good behavior equals 5 cigarettes, or something like that, usually.
Wow, that is some straight-up prison rules. Good behavior gets you 5 cigarettes. Holy, I would actually be I would do really good in your jail system just because I don't smoke. I'd be the guy sitting there with all the fucking cigarettes having the monopoly on it. I'd be Cheeseburger Eddie, I'd be Cigarette Eddie, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is. You do have those people
I
that
got
don't
those
smoke like me,
I got those
but
poles
I've
that'll
never
fill
been
your
in prison,
holes.
So, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Well, cigarettes usually is the currency that they used to use in the prison camps.
That's
during
what I
the Second
mean,
World
like, that's
War.
gangster as fuck. When the prison wardens are like, yeah, you know what, this is a good currency, fuck giving them money. We'll just give them cigarettes,
but-
they'll love it.
Here's the other problem. Again, the taxpayer pays for those cigarettes, and in Australia,
Oh, yeah.
a 25
Oh,
pack
my
of cigarettes
God.
cost $27 for your
Yeah.
cheapest brand.
I wasn't even considering at your prices. That is fucking just batshit, dude. Like, fuck, give them the
Do you
money. It's
understand why
cheaper.
I'm not happy about it? They actually live like they have $60,000 a year jobs by themselves,
Like,
and that's what I think
fuck.
is wrong.
I also support
what I
the
think
fact
is
that they
wrong.
have money when they get out, just for the sole fact, like, even if you're not working a job, the government pays you a certain amount of money so that when you get out, you don't immediately go back to selling drugs or whatever the fuck you were
Aw.
doing before, because it's
That's
not
something I lost
it's not
it.
exactly easy to get a job as a convicted felon. So, and, you know, a lot of people aren't going to just give you a place to live,
No,
and
there is.
there's a struggle at that point in time, so I can get that as well, especially if they've been in there for a couple of years.
Where are they?
I tore them some Swiss cheese holes for you, DJ.
Now, you're saying
Thank
that,
you.
like, I imagine jobs, you're talking like jobs within the prison, though, right? You're not talking like jobs outside
Yeah,
of it?
like manufacturing enviro bags and cleaning, obviously, laundry, etc., etc.
That's actually become a fucking major problem in the States. Prisons have basically just turned into into, like, work camps. They'll throw people in prison for the stupid arbitrary crime, and then they'll, you know, get them to make license plates and shit like that, and the prison makes a fuck ton of money off of them, on top of making money for the
Yeah.
state just to have them in there.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we don't actually make money off them. We lose a lot of money, but we make some of it back in that way.
yeah.
But that's why I don't disagree with it. Like, we can't even afford it within the budget of the prison, and yet we give them Foxtel and air conditioning. Like, I don't even have air conditioning at home. Because, you know, if you live in Australia and you go, it's too hot here, fucking move. If you live in Australia and go, oh, it's too cold here, you're a weakling. Like,
If you come to
on.
Australia and say it's too cold here, go back to the fucking desert.
Oh,
yeah,
Because
exactly.
there are not a whole lot of places in the world that are hotter than fucking Australia.
Yeah.
Not really.
Although in the winter we do get down to like -1 or 2 degrees, -5 depending where you are. But that's nothing compared to other places.
Well, and see, like, before I really started talking with a lot of other people, I didn't realize just how vastly different Canada was for that sense, because we go through probably one of the most drastic climate changes throughout our year. We literally go from +35 to -35, which is a degree change of 70 degrees. That is a gigantic difference. And it happens pretty fucking quickly.
Whoops.
So, yeah, it's like, it's really interesting to learn that other places are way more stable with their temperature. I mean, the States is more stable, fucking you guys
yet
are way more
people still
stable.
complain.
Yeah, see, like, yeah. I mean, I bitch about the heat, but at the same point in time, I'm like, the heat sucks. You know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of it. Well, I like the heat, I just don't like it being exorbitantly hot, and especially when it's muggy. I fucking cannot stand when it's muggy and hot at the same time.
You mean humidity?
Yep.
Yeah, humidity.
Oh, then you'd hate living here, because we get that bad in the summer.
Only if you live in the northern parts of Australia. If you live in the southern parts, like where DJ is, it's actually not that bad. Again, he's just complaining.
Not as often, but when it does get humid, I hate it.
Man, I used to live in Cairns. You should try that shit. It's 40
Oh, no,
degrees,
thank you.
but they add to the weather report that it feels like 60 because of the humidity. And
No
then
thanks.
every afternoon you have a storm. Like, you have a cyclone-grade storm. It cools everything off, and you just see people around your street standing at the front of their houses getting dripped on by the rain because it's like a fucking shower, and everybody's just like, ah. And you can literally see the steam coming off their half-balding foreheads, and their couple of leftover strands of hair are just completely soaked in water and sweat.
Okay.
Like, that's Cairns, but people love living there because of the way that feels.
Really?
Yeah, I
That's-
enjoyed
delivery.
it. I like being really hot and sweaty all day and then having a shower every afternoon. It is one of the most amazing natural ways to relax your body. And I know it sounds weird, but think about it this way. When you poo, that sense of relief, it's like that.
I feel like if you get that much relief out of pooing, you either have a really weird fetish or you need some stool softeners.
No, I just do really big poos.
every 3 days, or...
I've actually clogged 3 toilets in my
Oof.
sort of area of work. And they were all different strength flushes and different size pipes and everything.
Yeah, see, I don't know if we could
the-
really, like, clog them here just because they're made to American standards.
Sorry. Sorry, that's really funny to me. I really wish I had an American toilet now. I finally have a product of the USA that I want in my house. Oh, yes,
shit.
I need an American flushing throne.
Oh man, like the hospital here, dude, it's so bad. Like you flush the toilet at the hospital and there's so much pressure the water kind of jumps out of the bowl at you. Like, I shit you not, if you are sitting down on these toilets when you flushed them, it's essentially got a built-in bidet.
Okay, yeah,
Before
well,
you guys
I
talk
need a
about-
toilet like that. No, but that's the point of these podcasts, to
Oh my
evoke a
goodness.
proper conversational
Oh
topic that can
my
help
goodness.
humanity. Like, we have
Locked
just
toilets
solved...
because you dropped these logs the size of a human's arm or something, or their thigh.
Well,
Locks it
okay,
up.
maybe they're not quite that big.
Well, maybe not quite that
Like a
long.
tree-
More
like
like
a-
the
like a
thickness of
tree
a
stump.
fist.
More like a nice
a tree-
Christmas log. You know, a Christmas burner. That's,
Tree stump.
that's the kind of thing I drop.
Oh shit.
You know, the kind you want to set on fire on your grandmother's porch.
That's bad. That's bad.
The kind you throw in a catapult, not a slingshot. No, I'm just fucking. Oh shit. New or fucking Cios and Sothas don't seem too bad though if you want to pop over when you're fucking done with your shit. Cause yeah, it's, you know, they're both in Boom. They should be alright. We should be able to get quite a bit of missions out
Sounds
of it.
perfect.
For now.
So I'm just eradicating some enemies.
Here's another good question that isn't really world related. What one feature do you want to see instituted in Far Cry 5? What do you hate about Far Cry 4 that you think could be simplified and just
I wanna get
streamlined
that
and
car.
be fucking
Don't blow it up.
amazing in the new one?
Okay, so I will
Got it.
start by saying, first of all, Far Cry Primal addressed the eagle issue. Okay, so eagles are no longer overpowered. Otherwise, it would be the eagles being nerfed.
Oh yeah,
But
the
in
Eagles
terms
are
of a
nightmare.
feature that really needs to be in the game, I think if you're going to be flying around in planes, jumping out into your wingsuit, and, you know, granted, it will all be there, you know, having your parachute, I don't want to die the moment I touch a fucking twig.
Fair enough.
I think you should, like in Just Cause, you should be able to brush through the thinner bits of a tree and only die when you make contact with the solid, like, trunk, for example.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, a feature they need to
Recommendable.
add is they need a dictator that looks like, or like a leader of the faction that looks like Trump. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
I think that would cause
looks like
way
Nixon.
too many issues.
I
Yeah,
know.
they should like Nixon. He's already
Plus,
gone.
there's like copyright
So now we're
fucking
missing- yep.
bullshit. You know what I mean? My thing is, like, what I would really like to see instituted in Far Cry is something that they did in Far Cry 1, and I would like to see it come back, and that is the traps. Instituting
Okay,
traps.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, the tree trap,
Yeah,
where
the
you fucking,
traps.
you like pull that like crazy fucking thorned up branch, and when somebody walks by, they get ragdolled like a motherfucker by it. Or the other
I'd like to
various
see
types of
them
traps.
not
I
get
would like to
ragdolled,
see.
but impaled on it.
Yeah, I would like to see something where you can drag enemies to you, and perhaps if you have like a fucking the military shovel thing, you can build yourself a little pitfall. Or if you're, you know, if you are dragging people towards you,
Quietly.
you can have a landmine on the ground behind you, which you can kind of do, but I'd like to see it a lot better institution-wise. Or like setting
think
up
a
string
better
traps in
button-
between some trees, you know what I mean? That would be
A
another
better
really
button
good one.
for your ledge takedowns as well. Like, you know how you do the takedowns where
There's
you
a
jump
badge.
from your car to another one?
Yeah.
I think they need a better button for that shit, because every time I tried to click the right stick, it just never worked.
One of the
Even
things
though
I
there was
will
a
say that I
prompt on the
liked
screen.
that they did in number 4 that they hadn't done in the previous ones was the ability to like, when you're in your fucking car and you're trying to shoot at the guy next to you and you're on the side of a hill,
I don't
you
believe
can
it.
like do the auto fucking pilot thing.
Yeah, the auto drive.
Yeah, that was a really good
Guess-
feature
guess-
that it needed.
Guess
in my
what's
opinion.
coming over this way, Commander?
I hear a badger.
A truck. Another one
Ah.
to hijack. So I'll hijack it, and then
Ah,
we can drive.
I've been cornered by the badger. fucking honey badger.
Done. Oh, I already got it. I got it.
For everybody
Are you
watching
okay?
the
Vicious
stream.
weasel.
Are you dying?
I'm dead. Thanks to a fucking honey badger.
Hang on
the
a
honey
sec, I'll
badgers
come
are
and help you.
vicious.
Hang on. Hang on a sec.
I actually really enjoyed the honey badger in fucking Far Cry Primal.
No.
He went around and fucked shit up, man. Scared off all the animals and
I'm
shit.
dead.
Oh,
The
I
fucking
was gonna
honey badger
heal
got
you.
me. The honey badger's got me. Did I? Oh, I killed it, even though it killed me. Fuck that.
Got him. Got the courier. Oh, what a shot with the machine gun.
But yeah, as a serious answer, Kush, I would definitely like to see pilotable vehicles for the sky. And I mean, I want something better than a fucking crop duster with a couple of machine guns strapped to it.
Crop
I
duster.
wouldn't mind if it was like just a crop duster with bombs attached to it. That'd be fine.
I
But
got
I'd
the
like to be
courier.
able to frickin' do a bit of World War II action when DJ's running around and not expecting me to drop one on him.
Yeah, and then I respond
I mean, I
with
could
the
always drop a
Molotovs.
Christmas log, but it just wouldn't be the same.
Yuck.
That's another thing that I would like to see changed. The whistling. The whistling
The
is such a
whistling?
terrible way, like, trying to attract enemies, and this isn't just like Far
Aw.
Cry. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and the guy
Yeah,
just like,
agreed.
huh, what was that? I'm gonna go investigate.
Or
Oh, you
Or
mean
throwing
instead of throwing a
rocks.
pebble?
Well, the rocks thing is a little bit different, but yeah, I would like to see it more like you grab a branch and you break it or something like that. And it's like, ooh, that could be an animal, that could be a lot of different things. And I would also like to see various enemies react in different ways.
Why would you go
Sometimes
through
if
the
you break a
hole in
branch,
the
somebody
wall?
should like back up and be like, I ain't fucking with no mountain lions, I'm out of here, and some people should go investigate.
Sorry, I'm just making my character do the same stupid mistake like 100 times over, and it's starting to get entertaining. I keep climbing up this bell tower and trying to jump to this platform where there's a chest, and then I keep missing the ledge and dropping down to the
Hello.
to
Is
fall
that
down
where you have to jump over there?
No, but there's a chest there I want to get to.
Well, why can't I crouch and get through here?
can't
It
do
won't
it.
let me crouch.
Yeah.
So where are the
Oh,
boom
no,
data
it did let
delivery
me go
missions
through
for the
that
fucking
gap.
Federation? Come on
Bloody
now,
hell.
it's a boom state.
Son of a.
Let's get the
son
cool
of a
shit going
gun.
now.
Okay, up this way.
The good missions and shit. The fuck?
Son of a gun. You sound like fun.
Come on. Are you climbing up or you're...
I'm climbing up
Oh,
to
yeah.
get the chest, you're climbing up to get the radio.
Ah, cool.
I figured the chest out, I got it.
A safety
Fuck
whistle.
game.
Are you fucking serious? I
Yeah.
damn near killed myself to get this chest, and the only thing in it was a safety whistle.
Just a
I don't
whole
even know what
bunch
a
of
safety
sourcing.
whistle does.
Where are the data deliveries?
And you can use it to call for reinforcements.
Hey, hang on, just let me use my safety whistle, see if it saves me here.
Like, this doesn't make any
Uh-oh,
fucking sense.
are you dead?
Yep, the safety whistle did nothing.
The safety whistle.
Oh,
Oh, I guess
It's alright, just let me die, I'm fine.
sorry, man.
Chewie says
I'm
Honey Badger
almost
don't
up
give a fuck.
Nope.
I find it hilarious that Far Cry 5 happens in fascist America after the Christians get out of control. So Pendle Pants loses weight when he leaves the water closet. Yes. So I live in northeastern US. When it's 50 Fahrenheit outside, I go out in shorts and a t-shirt. But in California, at the same temperature, they wear a heavy coat and such. Yeah, I agree, Chewie. People have different levels of sensitivity, and it's kind of annoying.
It's kind of about like the
'Cause-
climate that you grow up in and what you're accustomed to as well. 'cause,
Yeah.
Like when I was in
know.
New
Where
York,
are they?
middle of fucking October and shit like that, it was warm for me. It was 10 fucking degrees outside, but there was people sitting in their cars with fucking toques and jackets on, warming it up and blowing hot air into their hands. But when you're used to higher temperatures, yeah, you know, that temperature shift does kind of suck. I mean, I like even walking down the street, there was this nice lady who popped up and was like, "Oh, you need to put on a coat or you'll catch a cold." I'm like, "Lady, it's snowing where I come from right now. I am loving life."
Yeah.
It's -2 and snowing. Like, fuck, I'll take the extra 12 degrees. I was walking with a t-shirt, too.
Actually,
Well, some people regard exposure to extreme cold as actually good for your health. Like,
Yep.
you know how in Russia they swim in those, they cut the hole in the ice and they go for a swim?
Position.
yeah, no, it's true.
Fuck's sake.
Being cold every now and then is very good for you.
Just builds up the immune system. Let's go and do it with the truck now.
A little bit less so in Canada, I gotta say. Cold tends to make your immune
Well,
system
yeah,
slow
but
down.
cold where you live is freezing where we live.
Yeah.
Oh, the truck's disappeared. I get stuff. That truck that I hijacked, it didn't survive.
I swear, you guys gotta come to Canada for that shit one year. Just come stay for a week in the
What are you
cold.
doing? Stop trying to burn me.
May as well just take them. They're not
I
gonna
would
give you
actually
fucking
like to
emissions.
be there when somebody uses dynamite to unfreeze a whatchamacallit, like a bulldozer in the ice.
Mm.
Because I've never seen the application of dynamite quite that way.
I've never even heard of it being done that way, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
be hugely
apparently, like,
surprised for mines and shit like that.
Some people light fires to unfreeze the antifreeze in a bulldozer.
Oh,
to get
that's
it
definitely
started,
happened.
apparently.
There's been a couple of years where
Yeah.
shit's been frozen fucking solid, and you go under there with a tiger torch and you just fucking like crank it as high as it can, and you put it on the oil sump and you just leave it there for an hour, and then you come
Yeah.
by and you hope it
There's-
works.
Yeah, there's that, but I've heard of other people doing the express version where they use dynamite,
Grab a
which apparently shocks the ice into breaking faster or something.
Yeah, probably. And I mean, granted, depending on the size of what you're fucking using, it's not gonna feel it. When I was working for a farm that
Oh, you died.
my
This
buddy's
is
parents,
exactly
for a
what I'm
long story
talking
short,
about.
it was a D8
For
cat.
those of you who just watched that on the stream, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I had my parachute out, but I still fucking died.
Yeah, I
That's
think it's
fucked
all
up.
in the time. You'll spawn on the back of my thing anyway. So I'm heading towards the next, I think it's another bell tower.
It's all in the timing. You'll
Oh
spawn
no, it's
on the
not.
back
It's,
of my thing
oh no,
anyway.
it's not. No,
Lovely.
it's not. It's an outpost, so we've got to be quiet. Or at least try to be quiet.
So, Bendel Pants, you should open up your little book and pick us another topic.
I've run out of topics.
Oh, well, shit.
Because I thought those other ones that we covered would take a lot longer. Because when we were talking about the RFID thing, I genuinely thought that was going to take us an age to get through.
Fair enough. It did take us a while, though. I mean, we were on that topic for like half an hour.
I'm sorry if this fails, DJ, but I've got all my silenced weapons, but for some reason none of their silencers are visible. But they're still firing like silenced weapons. Okay, so we're all
Yeah,
good.
they are because I heard that.
But they're
guess what?
firing
Fucking
as
someone
silenced
saw us.
weapons. It's alright, I'm just going to run away and hide for a bit.
Yeah, just do that. I'll see if I can pick one up.
I just
and
needed
use
to
it.
test that first.
No, it
Because
definitely
all my
works.
silenced weapons have no silencers on them, but they're shooting silent bullets, so it's like
I'll
magic
try and throw some
007.
bait in there and see if that creates a bit of havoc.
Actually, now that I think about it, that's going to be a really interesting thing as well. In the event that we can colonize Mars in the like next 100, 200 years, humans will live on Mars when its moon gets ripped apart by its own gravity.
Wow.
Technically speaking, if we have the tech and we don't kill ourselves by then, like blow ourselves up or whatever, there will be humans that will live to A, see the rings around Mars, and B, see their formation. That's fucking cool. I wish I could be alive for that shit, because, like, man, I couldn't even imagine what a moon actually being slowly ripped
Don't get
apart by a
spotted.
planet but not pulled into the planet would look like. I can't even fathom
I
that
would
shit.
actually like to see, and this may sound a little bit arsehole-ish of me, but I would love to see our moon, the one orbiting us right now, crack into 1 billion pieces. I think it'd look amazing.
And form a ring around the Earth so you could see what it looks like.
Yes,
if you're
I
on the
want
surface
Earth
of
to have a
Saturn.
ring. I totally want Earth
Unfortunately-
to have a ring.
Unfortunately, Earth's gravity is too powerful. Like, the moon for Mars, the gravity is, like, it's on the threshold where it won't pull it into the gravity well. Like, it won't pull it into the planet, but it'll just slowly break off chunks here and there until the moon is gone.
Don't
And it
get
only counts for, I think,
spotted,
one
man.
of them.
Is that you climbing up there? No, it's someone
Yeah,
else.
the
Oh,
mountain.
it's a hunter.
Careful.
Hang on. Oh, that was a headshot.
I also got a headshot, and neither of our headshots did anything.
No.
Alright, one down.
Must
I
have
got
taken
one for
first.
sure, but the other one's definitely coming your way now. Oh,
Yeah,
no, don't
mate.
spot me! Why did you spot me? I'm hiding! Fuck you, buddy. What? How did he not die from that?
I don't know, but
Right, he's
that
dead.
was disappointing.
It's alright, we've only got one guy in a heavy left. All we have to do is make sure that guy doesn't touch the alarm.
Well, the heavy, I've got to be careful because
Careful,
I can't do
careful.
anything.
Alarm,
I can't,
alarm.
I can't do
He's
it.
gonna press the alarm. Oh, I've got to shoot the alarm. I got it.
Wait a minute.
You'll...
There's one
Ooh,
over here as
actually,
well.
I
I
wonder.
just shot
Shoot the other alarm quick.
I got it. They're all disabled.
Excellent, we're safe. We're all good. All we gotta do is
Look,
kill
this-
the last two guys. Do you see the hunter heading your way?
Yes, I am. I'm not happy about it.
Alright, I'll kill the heavy then.
I've got a shotgun waiting for him. Oh, wait a minute. There he is there.
Fucking mining.
I hit him in the back.
Silence
Oh, you finished him
shotgun
off.
to the face.
Very
Go
good.
grab 'em
Yes,
all.
yes, no alarms.
Ooh, war acquisition.
Sorry, Kush, that got a bit tense there.
It's all good.
We tried to do it quietly, man, so we wouldn't get busted. And
Fail.
And just like with my
No,
first
we did it.
girlfriend, it did not
Wow.
work.
no, we did. We managed to achieve 100% penetration of the enemy camp. Why are you laughing?
There was a
for?
bit of
What's wrong?
blood, but it was alright. It was alright.
There was a bit of blood.
Well, didn't you hear what I was saying before? Like,
Yeah, I know. But,
yeah.
well, I mean,
Well,
I
when
just
it's
hope
the
you
first
yelled
time, you
surprise
know.
before you raped it, you know what I mean?
Didn't have to. It was my
Like, I have no idea. Like, that's one of those things. I want to know the origin of that phrase. Who the fuck sat down at one point in time and was like, it's not rape if you yell surprise first? And then to think that enough people actually, like, spread that shit to the point where it's not, like, the most common phrase ever, and it's certainly not a, like, a pleasant joke. It shouldn't even be a joke, but people use it as a joke. It's really dark humor, and I'm curious to know the origins of that shit one day. One day. Alright, COs, give me your cash in.
Fuel scooping complete.
Why did it do that? Twice I changed to knives and it still threw a Molotov. You dumbass. What'd you do that for?
The game's just accustomed to you now, DJ. It's like, no, you only get Molotovs.
What on earth are you doing, Commander? You're supposed to capture this base, not destroy it.
Gotta say, with your TOV
Right,
usage,
exactly.
you're very Russian.
He's being like, he's trying to shoot me with a machine gun.
What up, Doe Marcel? Welcome to the stream/chat, bro. If you have a topic of discussion for us, by all
Chewie.
means, post it in.
Commander, Kush, Chewie agrees with the idea of a ring around the Earth.
Dance, pretty boy,
Well,
dance.
if we put up enough satellites and junk up there, we'll probably have a man-made one of rubbish anyway.
Well,
That's not
technically,
a
we
bad
do already
idea,
have a
apart from
debris
the fact
belt.
that it'll look like shit.
Well, no, we
Really,
probably
because
be
from the naked eye,
consistent
they'll
of
just
shit.
look like reflective objects.
What
so it
up,
would
Doe
be like
John
a
Kemp?
ring.
Welcome to the stream/chat, bro.
Oh, no way! No way! DJ,
Let's
you
go.
know how I was shooting at your feet before?
Yeah.
Well, now every time you walk around outside, there's smoke
Plus-
around your footstep.
Well, no, I guess the
Are you
ring
sure
would be
it's
in a
around my
specific
feet and not
orbit, and the
around
moon
my
would be in a
ass?
specific orbit. Wouldn't that
No,
be some
it
shit?
could just...
You're a planet
Sorry,
with
so say
rings,
that again?
and you're a planet with rings, and all of a sudden a moon comes through and just fucks it, like fucks the whole thing up, or like a comet or an asteroid. Because we've had very close calls with Earth, like we've had asteroids pass so close it would have passed in between the moon and Earth, and that was in like I think it was '08 or '12. It was a pretty recent fucking asteroid, and we pretty much missed it until it was on top of us, which is another like terrifying thing. We really don't have as much view of the skies as we kind of hope we do, or hope we will
There's an
at
outpost
some
with
point in
2
time.
alarms.
But
Might wanna
like,
stock up.
if we had rings, they would already be fucked up. And we do have a debris belt, so, you know, eventually we might have rings of junk.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. I found us a car, DJ.
Thank you, but you
I
did
mean, I
it.
only had to kill 2 enemies for it, but
Yeah,
we have
you
a car
did
now.
it. You did it gangster style.
He went in there with the gun cocked sideways.
No,
He just shot the he just shot the guy out and took over the car. You gotta go the other way though.
Oh,
Gee, that was a nasty burp.
what up, though, Chewy? Welcome to the stream/chat, bro.
Oh, Chewy, you were watching my stream. What are you doing?
Chewie can watch 2 at the same time. He has American internet.
Ah, that's it. I'm gonna talk into him again. That's it.
Yeah, well,
gonna
I
chuck
bet you
one over.
Chewy's probably not
Hey,
in the
okay,
conversation, because if he says
push.
the wrong thing, they'll limit his internet.
Actually, Kush, what I'll do, actually what I should do, Kush,
Poor
is do
Verizons.
that guy that was watching my stream the other night, I'll just type a series of letters in the messages.
Marcel's saying that burp made him horny.
Wow. Well, I mean, vibrations can do that.
Hmm.
Do you like
Actually,
my
that was a
terms here,
really-
DJ?
I reckon
ahead.
I could do opera singing with my burps if I tried.
I think people on DJ stream will be amazed at how well I can drive a car with the steering wheel on the wrong side.
Yeah, I know, because this is confusing for us. Oh, stop, that's a base, that's an enemy, let's get the hell out of there.
Chewy says Elite Dangerous is a sexier game.
No!
I'm sorry. Let's just
Stop,
leave
stop,
the
stop,
area
stop, stop,
completely. No, let's just leave the area completely. That way it reloads.
Now,
Doesn't matter if the reinforcements show up if we're a kilometer away.
this was like a Spike kind of exclusive sort of deal. Have either of you ever seen Mansers?
What now?
Mansers.
SWAT?
It's a TV show called Mansers where they answer a whole bunch of men questions and shit like that. Alright, most of them are pretty bad shit. Well, not bad shit, but you don't, like, they're just out of the ballpark, and it's like, oh, alright, whatever, that's kind of funny. Ha ha ha. But one of them that they tested was pretty legit, and I actually really enjoyed. And what they did is they tested to
Okay, you
see
can go back now.
if a certain vibration from a car would make a chick hornier. And they found out that the Maserati Quattroporte, I believe is what it was called, actually had the right vibrations in the engine and on the seat that if you had a chick in your car, she would get off from it. It was probably the best test they ever fucking did.
And I know exactly what car I'm buying when my stock markets go up.
Anyways, yeah, it was like a Spike TV exclusive fucking thing. And it was, like, they had a couple of stupid episodes, but some of them were funny as fuck, and some of the questions they asked was just so good. Like, they also scientifically showed you how a woman would be faking it, how you can tell she's not, and shit like that.
I've got a pretty good way of, finding that one out.
Blood,
When
if
she's
they're
lying on the
their
bed
legs.
afterwards and she can't fucking move.
Stop. Perfect.
Yeah, that too. But like, yeah, apparently if not apparently, it's just legs getting flushed, face getting flushed, shit like that is a pretty much guaranteed symptom of it, of them
Well, I
actually
can
getting
tell by
off.
the pile of money left on my night table afterwards.
Oh. Oh man, somebody UA bombed the fucking CEOS system. That's really unfortunate.
Careful, there's a truck. DJ, there's a truck.
Alright,
I know,
let's,
and
let's
I
check some
tried
other
to get
systems
it.
here.
No, I'm very happy to say that I know, at least for my last 3 relationships, there have been no fake orgasms. Like, there have been definitely, like, weaker and stronger ones, like, comparison-wise, but, especially recently, I've been overperforming. DJ knows that I had a special surprise on my birthday most recently.
What, the strap on?
No. I did better than a strap-on.
Oh, sorry, that's right, I
Oh,
was supposed
shit.
to mention that, sorry. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm kidding in my streams, don't believe me, I'm full of shit. Anyway, yes.
Oh shit.
As long as you're full of shit and not
Damn
meat
it, I
in
was
that
hoping
same
New
hole,
Sing
we're
was
all
in a
good.
good state now, but nope, no fucking way.
At least for your front.
Kujing, what about you?
I
Are
got
you in a good
one.
state?
Enemy coming from the sides.
Shit,
Mark
your
him.
anarchy, though. Fuck.
No, I wasn't fatal, but I got one of them at least.
X?
Oh, wait a minute, I can
I don't
see with
remember
that
what
other
that
enemy
is.
that's looking for you. Hang on a
There's
sec.
2.
Corporate none. Fehu? Fehu's empire, but... Civil
Oh,
War.
why did he have to spot me? What the hell? Why are they even up here?
Ooh.
Ah,
here.
fuck this shit.
Sidewinder. Shit.
When in doubt, get the Molotovs out.
I just heard 3
Leave that one
mortars
open
go
for
off.
now. 3 mortars? What?
Actually, this is your chance to get some kills on them if you want.
Nah, that's right. Oh, alright, I can't resist the mortar. I'm coming.
Can you hear the screaming?
Yes.
Okay, here's a good one from Marcel. New topic. What do you think should be done with North Korea, and do you think they will use nukes against the US?
Yes and yes. No.
What do you think should be
think
done,
they
yes
do-
and yes?
No, I think we should have point defenses. I think we should have point defense aimed at every possible trajectory that Korea could use against the States or any other country in range of its nuclear devices. Tell them they haven't got shit. Wait for them to actually launch something, and then send them a 100% military-based message, aka topple the government, topple military targets, but do not harm the citizens in any way. Then after that's done,
Here they
we
come.
re-educate the entire fucking country, sustain the culture and where they came from, okay? Make memorials to it, make museums, but definitely westernize them a little bit. Maybe get them to follow in the footsteps of China, I don't know. But I think we should actually force in a new government. And there will be a massive, massive turnaround. Like, there will be people committing suicide, there will be people dying, there will be people losing jobs, everybody won't know what to do to fend for themselves, and the entire country will either rebuild itself or just completely fuck up and die. And then there's free land for China to expand to.
I see your point to an extent, but I don't approve of any military going in and doing that. If the citizenry wants shit to change, you know, arm the citizens, let them do it, but that should be them.
Oh no.
Come at me.
Okay, well look, the main point I was trying to bring across, beyond the humour, right? We should definitely try to neutralise their weapons. So have point defences that can stop any nuke that they can launch at you, and then suddenly North Korea has no power.
Well, here's another idea. Stop selling them uranium, you fuckwits.
There's also
Yeah, that would help.
But that would detract from the economy too much, and we can't have that.
Kim Jong
What,
Un.
as if there's not enough nuclear power stations and weapons.
Actually,
That would
Annabeth,
sell
they've
to
proven
North
that they
Korea
do
as
have
well.
nukes. They just don't have the capability of it being an ICBM. They have a pretty limited
Yeah.
range on it.
Oh,
Well,
another
most
hundred
That
of
being
their
said, though, I mean,
citizens-
I don't really. I see that as a bit of a kind of a bad idea too. And Chewie said it himself too. Regime change has never gone well for the U.S. I totally agree for that. It's never gone well. Plus, if you go in and you force the citizens to change their ideas, you're not respecting their wishes. They're not gonna fucking respond well. It's going to be a lot like the Vietnam War was originally. You're going to have a whole bunch of citizens doing their best to keep you out, especially considering the animosity that is between America and pretty much everywhere else.
No.
You know what I mean? But that being said, considering Trump and considering, well, actually, not even so much Trump. I think Hitler would have been even worse. Or was it Hitler? No, it was Trump, I think, that said, we have nukes, why aren't we using them? That's the type, like, we just shouldn't have nukes. Go with vacuum bombs if you got to do something, but the nuclear fallout is a terrible
The other main
idea.
aspect of my plan is that there are no nuke launchers involved on the American side at all. I think just disarm them. Disarm them and suddenly the child won't be able to
Wrong one.
scream, look at me. You know? If you
Well, I
want to
think the
keep the
Americans-
country in its messed up state the way it is...
Well,
and it
Marcel,
will
if they've been
generally
used in
cause
test
issues.
environments and they worked, then yeah, they would work.
Yeah, but you know what the Americans
What up,
should be
Chairman?
doing to North Korea? They should be doing the same thing that they did to the Soviet Union in the 1980s. What the Americans did to the Russians in the 80s was they said, alright, if you want to have a nuclear arms race, we'll build more weapons, and then you've got to catch up to save face, and then we'll build more, you build more, but eventually you'll go bankrupt first. They should do the same to North Korea. Keep making them do all those tests and waste all their precious resources on that, and eventually they'll stuff themselves up anyway.
But there is one problem with that. North Korea is not going to go bankrupt.
Why not?
Because all their people work for fucking free. Every citizen literally just works for the good of Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, but their dollar still isn't worth shit.
Yeah, but they don't need it to be worth shit because one guy controls every dollar. That's the problem. So he can just keep buying uranium and it won't do fucking shit.
Well, and I mean, really, it comes down to just stop selling the fucking guy uranium. I mean, same thing. There's a lot of controversy about Gaddafi, so I will not get into all of that bullshit. But if America was so fucking concerned about Gaddafi using phosphorus rounds, which are banned by the UN in combat, not even on citizens, just in combat in general, they shouldn't have sold them to him.
Like, oh shit, there's one coming after me. Help.
When I found out that that's what happened, I had the Jackie Chan fucking meme face, where I'm sitting there with my hands over my head and the puckered up face like, what?
I think that was it. That was the one we had to get.
Yeah, this is the honey badger.
Yeah, but I think that was the correct one. It was too. It was that one. Oh, I killed it.
And yeah, America being almost bankrupt certainly doesn't help things. From my understanding, there's places in America you can't even go anymore because they're Chinese owned, because they've started selling the land to China to try and make up for the massive debt that they have. And sadly enough, most of that could be solved by cutting your military spending by like 10%. Not even a huge amount, and considering the Pentagon has been busted numerous times losing, quote-unquote, losing billions of dollars, I think it's time for a fucking pay cut.
There's a tiger here too.
Chewie, that's the correct face to have, yeah.
How'd you die?
Also, Chairman, I will be doing Just Cause 3 after this stream, so...
Did you just fall off something, did you?
I went to wingsuit off the cliff and just plummeted straight down at the floor.
Yeah, you can't, man. You got to have a proper jump, because I fall for that too many times too, and it pisses me off.
No, I had a really good jump. It just didn't extend when I thought the animation was playing.
Yeah, Chewie, seriously, why are we selling weapons to places like Saudi Arabia? So you have a reason to invade later.
Yeah,
Happened with Afghanistan. They weren't terrorists, they were freedom fighters. You guys armed the shit out of them, and then when they started using the weapons the way that they were kind of intended to be used, they were like, oh, you're terrorists, we gotta take you out.
Uh-oh.
Before we finish the podcast for the night, I have one more question to bring up. So we've just discussed what we sort of want the US to do, or what we want the world to do about North Korea. What do you think it will do, is my next question.
I think that the way the world is going, and the fact that nothing depopulates more than a world war, that's more or less, like, that's a lot of what the world governments are pushing for. And granted, Putin has some pretty bad points to him and shit like that. How much of it I can believe, considering the way the media is manipulated and shit like that, and how often it lies about shit, that's a little bit more up in the air. However, he is one of the forefronted people who is saying, let's work together to take out terrorism, let's work together to do this, let's work together to do that, and everybody else is sitting there going, fuck you, Russia, we don't like you.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is most Germans are really happy about Putin's decisions. We actually turn around and go, he's a very smart leader, and we respect what he's trying to do.
Well, I mean, if you're like me, you're not atheist, you're agnostic.
Uh-oh.
Moabbing North Korea really wouldn't solve any problems, and considering the Moab is a large-scale weapon of destruction, it literally is a weapon of mass destruction, that's probably not the best option. Not only that, but you gotta think, Kim Jong-un's got defenses. A Moab is not quite the same as a bunker buster. And, you know, bombing a place in Afghanistan where they're hiding out in quote-unquote caves is not hitting a fortified underground structure that's been reinforced against specific types of weapons. You would need something along the lines of a bunker buster. That being said, while I don't support Kim Jong-un, like I said, I feel like it's up to the citizens to revolt and to change the way that things are. Because when it comes right down to it, it's the citizens who are going to rebuild the country. It's the citizens' ideas and shit like that that is going to shape what it becomes. So other than providing support to the citizens, I feel like most countries should stay the fuck out of it.
Let's grab the car. Oh, wait a minute, there's a
He
convoy.
is a fantastic leader. He has some very extremist ideas and shit like that, and once again, I can't trust all of what's been said in the media because, well, we all know the fucking
fuck
media
no.
lies to
Fuck
change your
no.
perception of things. That is
Yeah, it's the
like, it's a proven fucking fact. You
Media
can't
is the
trust
number
most
one
mainstream
government
media,
tool.
especially American-owned media. America used to have like 300 and something independently owned news stations. Now all of them are owned by about, well, the last time I checked it, like 2014, it was like 16 companies, so it's probably shrunk even further. So all of those people effectively, like all of those leaders of all of the different news stations effectively decide what is publicized and what
Stay
is
there.
not.
Stay on top of the car. That's what works.
Yeah, it does.
And
Try
yeah,
not to go too
Putin
fast
has done
either.
some pretty crazy shit. And some really
If you
impressive
fall off,
shit.
Tell me.
I believe he also kicked out Monsanto's food. He, like, told them to fucking take a hike.
Which I respect massively.
Are you still standing
You
on
wouldn't
top of the
really...
car?
No. Chairman, that's... No. Bigger explosive doesn't kill a bunker. You need something that is like a missile or like a anti-tank warhead. Something that has multiple
Penetration.
charges.
You need a penetration through concrete, no matter what you're using.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It's
you're
like
just gonna
multiple
you're gonna create a huge
layers of
amount of heat and
floor.
shit like that on the outside, but you're not really going to do anything to the inside. That's why bunker busters exist.
Yeah, I reckon perhaps
rank
a
up.
shockwave that goes underground would be more important than the actual caliber of the explosion.
Well, and you'd cause like a shockwave underneath, but they would live through it. It certainly wouldn't take them out, and you give them a chance
Yes,
for
but if you made a
retaliation.
shockwave that took out the supports, regardless of explosion size, you would then be more successful in taking out a bunker full of people.
That being said, though, I also don't really support the idea of America stepping in because America would probably just escalate the situation.
To be
Marcel
fair, any
turned down
escalation
for
would
what,
escalate the
right?
situation.
Turned down for what? That's what we need. You want to fuck up a bunker? Send that guy in there. He'll blast through the wall with his dick.
I'm getting it with knives.
Just drop him from a plane.
Oh, and another one. A headshot with a knife. Did you see that throw?
Turn down for what? Boom! The whole bunker's gone.
Some guy just tried to melee me, and I turned around, dodged the melee, and knifed his face.
The Moab is a vacuum bomb. It's not an earth-penetrating weapon. And like I said, you know, caves underneath a hill are vastly, vastly different than a fortified
You know
bunker.
what we need, Kush? You know what we need? We need Boba Fett's seismic charges.
Oh, the imploders.
No. The imploders and the seismic charges are very different things. Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, okay? Obi-Wan Kenobi is running away from Geonosis, and the bounty hunter's very close on his tail with Slave 1. Right, they're flying through an asteroid, the asteroid belt around Geonosis,
Actually, we are at
and Obi-Wan's behind the bounty
one more
hunter at
run.
this stage.
Yeah, and he drops those depth charges.
Yeah. Those are called
So what-
seismic charges, and those
Oh,
things will penetrate fucking anything.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Well,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, theoretically
Even-
speaking, depending on how you hit the... Well, I mean, actually, America wouldn't even need to use that. They could harp the shit out of it. Harp can cause
Harp.
earthquakes as well. Fire enough electromagnetic energy in the ground and you shake shit up. You shake it up real good.
That's a fair point. But yeah, anyway, wow, this podcast took a
I'm
very
not going to argue
somber tone
with
today.
you when it comes right down to it, but I will say that, yeah, the Moab is a weapon of mass destruction, not a targeted charge. It's not meant to
Mr.
kill
Bird.
one specific target, it's meant to do a massive amount of
Didn't get
damage
you?
over a large area.
I didn't
you
get
did.
you.
You killed
No,
me.
I didn't.
It says
Oh, shit.
djgraz007theforc blew you up.
Oh, wait, what?
I
got more
fired the
fucking
mortars over
missions
there.
Fuck yeah.
What?
Yeah, but this is where it landed. Must have been lag or something.
Oh, sorry, man. Far out. I thought you were on the other side.
You know what? The arms race has gotten so good now. I'm making DJ feel bad for things he didn't even do. That's how good I am.
No, but when I fired the mortars, I didn't see you running around.
I know. I just killed myself in time with the mortar dropping, and then told you did it.
Oh,
that's extremely dishonest, and I'm very disappointed that you would use YouTube to mislead. That just doesn't make sense.
Ooh, Marcel, we're not even touching that topic, because that could cause some shit in this chat.
No, come on, we like shit. What has he
No,
said,
come
and we'll
on.
decide
Who is
whether or
your
not to actually
favorite
talk
character
about
in
it.
Star Wars? Can be from any of the 7 released movies. Oh boy,
Oh,
here we
that's
go.
easy.
Actually, for DJ, that's really easy. For me,
That's
it might be a
easy.
bit harder.
Darth Vader. For me, it's Darth Vader. For Commander, it's a toss-up between. I would say your favorite character, Commander. I believe would be.
Ship release. Depart when ready, Commander.
Let me think.
Wow, I mean, you sounded
Okay,
really
for
sure
me,
of yourself.
For me, granted, this is one of those things where I'm taking like half of it. Because Padme is a whiny cunt
Chancellor
bitch.
Palpatine. I think you like Chancellor Palpatine the best. Not when he's the Emperor, but more when he's the Chancellor. Because of his
No, but you are
sophisticated political
incorrect.
maneuverings. You know why? Because when you think about it, he's the only Sith
Alright,
Lord
welcome
that
back,
actually
Annabeth.
got the power through politics and stealth rather than through force. He did it the sneaky way. When you think about it. That's how
Yeah,
clever
I
he
mean,
is.
I like that aspect of it, but I don't like Chancellor Palpatine as my favourite.
If you say Jar Jar Binks,
No.
if you say Jar Jar Binks,
No, don't worry, it's not Jar Jar.
Now, let me
I'll give
clarify.
you one more guess.
Okay.
Okay, is it in the old or new trilogies? Like in the prequels or the...
In
At least narrow it down a
neither.
little.
Ooh. So it's the new
Oh,
stuff.
you like Flynn,
Mm.
the stormtrooper that
Yang
went,
Xiao
who
Long.
did change sides, the stormtrooper that went to the, remember, in The Force Awakens?
No. Keep thinking. Who would I sort of... What's the word I'm looking for? Who would I relate to the best in terms of my journey of
Okay.
being
Padme?
a peacekeeper?
While you're thinking about that,
Padme?
alright. Here, actually, and I don't want to cause a whole bunch of controversy with this. My thing is, I hated Padme the character, she was a whiny bitch. But Padme the politician was probably the best politician in that fucking Senate, which is pitifully sad. When you can sit there and say, Padme, yeah, she had some good fucking ideas, and everybody else was just got their head in their ass. Like, you know the galaxy is fucked at that point.
What about
Yeah.
Chancellor Valorum?
Yeah, but he didn't really have the opportunity. Like, he was bound a lot more. He didn't have the opportunity to say, I want to do this, I want to do that. He didn't take the chancellor thing to, like, the totalitarian dictator status. Padme, I mean, fuck her. Like, she sat there. She was the only one when the chancellor went full fucking, like, lord mode, and she... Oh, so this is how democracy dies. With roaring applause. Like, what the fuck? And for her to be the only person to sit there and be like, what just happened? I can respect her as a politician for that. I hate the rest of her character, but in terms of a politician, she was good.
But what about that scene when she was opposite Anakin there on the lake, and there was the sun and
Yeah, well,
the
that's when she was
clear blue
done.
water, and she was dressed up provocatively, and then that famous speech started about the sand. I mean, surely you can't ignore that moment.
No,
Can you
you
get the
can't.
car,
And the
please,
fact that she
Commander?
was dressed provocatively with someone she knew fancied her only makes it even dumber. But it could have just been the costume designer. It might not have been in the book.
Yeah.
Regardless, have you figured out who my favourite character is yet, or do you want some more clues before you make your last guess?
Come in here.
If it's in the
Come.
newer shit, I can't guess at all, because I've pretty much boycotted it since Disney got it. Fuck you for telling me
Well,
that
well,
all the extended shit
so
is now
Commander,
just legends.
So
Who
you're
the
saying that your
fuck
favourite
is
character
Disney?
is in the movie that was released 2 years ago, The Force Awakens?
No, I'm telling you it's in the series, the animated series.
What, you mean you like
the Clone Commander?
Ahsoka?
Yes, he got
Oh.
it! It's Ahsoka Tano!
Yeah.
Because her journey through the Jedi Academy relates to me on a level I never thought was possible. It's like how I left uni after a while and didn't do my honours degree because of the way they treated me and how I thought it was back to front and wrong.
Bernie Sanders. That's the one who should have been president, Annabeth. That's the fucking one who should have been
What
president.
happened? What happened at uni, Commander?
Oh, well, you know, after 3 years I realised why the fuck are they making me do music theory when I want to be the one who wants to perform on stages around the world. And it ended up just being like this decision I made where, you know, they were giving me marks and telling me I was bad at something that I was genuinely quite good at. Just because I couldn't figure out how to write a piece, despite my entire vocation in the last 18 years of my life having been to play a piece, not write it. And they made me feel terrible, they made me depressed about my own talents. I mean, this is someone who performed on a world stage with an orchestra behind him. As a soloist, with a choir and orchestra behind me, I performed in front of thousands of people
Watch the bass.
in Queensland Performing Arts Centre, right? And what happens? They tell me I'm bad at music because I couldn't figure out how to do something called, what was it? It's writing out secondary dominant chords or something in music theory. The fucking theory has nothing to do with my fucking talent as a musician, and as far as I'm concerned, those fuckers who left me to fail through university instead of pass, like, as a performer, can go fuck themselves. Because you know what I do now? I make my own music and I fucking write it too, and I don't need to know how to make fucking chromatic chords to do that shit. And that's how uni failed me. It became more about the money and filling up a course full of subjects than to give someone a degree who genuinely deserves it. My degree was called Performance, a Bachelor of Classical Music
Shit,
Performance.
that guy came out of nowhere.
Not composition, and that's what pissed me off.
And you didn't take it up, like...
What can I take up? It's part of the curriculum. They decided it was part of the curriculum for me to learn how to write music. I decided it was, I just want to write. I just want to play music. That's what I went to uni for, to end up on a stage, not to write music. That's what I don't understand, and I don't understand why writing is such an integral part of performing, because it's really not. And all of those people who didn't go to uni ended up a lot more successful than I did, music-wise. And to clarify, before I was even at uni, I was already teaching people. As a non-adult child, I was teaching other people, including adults, how to play this instrument.
Now, don't want to cut you off too much, but back to the topic at hand. Since you mentioned the animated series, I do have another character that I really, really, really enjoy in the Star Wars universe. Commander Cody. That guy's a badass.
Yes.
That guy fucking does everything. Like, he kicks ass.
Yeah,
he is like, even among clone troopers, like, that guy is fucking bitchin'.
And even though he never made it to the actual movies,
Chairman, a
Commander
little
Rex.
soon, bro. He's like, anybody else miss Linkin Park? I've been missing Linkin Park technically since they dropped the fucking rock
screaming?
style of things. But yeah, no, the
Yes.
fucking lead singer committed suicide. I don't know if you guys knew that one.
Of who?
Linkin Park.
No, not
I suppose
Linkin
if you
Park.
listen to that same music every single day, though, you would commit suicide as well.
I liked the rock age. I mean, Hybrid Theory was fucking amazing. They did start to get kind of weird with, like, the techier shit and the poppier shit, but yeah, I fucking enjoyed Linkin Park. Also Rex. Yeah, Rex was pretty good as well.
Yeah,
And
Linkin Park,
Fives.
I've got a few of their songs.
And
I quite
let's
like,
be
actually.
honest,
They
I
have
think
quite a
everybody's
bassy-
sort of fan favorite is the fucking droids. Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can't
Push,
seem to hit anything.
Yeah.
you know, Push, you know Linkin Park that you mentioned before.
Yeah.
You know why I like some of their music, because it's got quite a bit of bass to it.
Hmm.
So I've got some of their music on the.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
it
couldn't have
does.
said that as a more middle-aged perspective if you tried.
Middle-aged perspective.
Don't worry there, Cameroon. We're not ending too soon here. I will be ending probably in the next 20 minutes-ish. And then we'll jump over to some Just Cause 3.
This is my punishment.
Yeah, that time I was
Yeah,
doing it on purpose because I was annoyed.
It makes sense that they got replaced by the Stormtroopers, though, because the fucking clones rebelled. They were not happy with the situation, and then Kamino got fucked up, so, yeah, that was kind of the end of the clone thing.
Nation.
Yeah, that's right, because a lot of people don't realise that those clone troopers didn't become stormtroopers later on. They were basically retired.
See, that's how clever
not
they. That's how
entirely
clever.
true. Some of them became stormtroopers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
some
clone
actually
troopers
were,
that
but
remained
most
still
of them
became
didn't.
stormtroopers, and Vader's
And that's
fist
how-
was assembled of true clone troopers.
Yeah.
That's
But
how clever the
they
Emperor
started
was at
opening it
covering
up
his
and
tracks.
Now, interesting
Yeah, it became
question.
mixed.
Interesting question, because I've never asked it before, and I've never seen any lore on it or anything. Was the group that went in with Vader at the first movie Vader's Fist?
Moderate traffic around the
Yes, that was the 501st Legion. Its story was followed in Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2, remember?
Hello, gaming playhead.
Vaguely.
Here you
I
go.
haven't played in a long fucking time. Like, a long time.
Well, basically...
Mainly the campaign.
you
Like, I
see
played
the,
Galactic Conquest a fuck
yeah.
ton, but I only did the campaign, like, once.
In the movies, the 501st Legion is the one that moves in with him, but you don't know it's the 501st Legion by the time the movies came out.
Well,
When
and
the
it makes
PS2
more sense
game
to me
came out,
because,
it's specified.
like, I don't know if Lucas actually did this on purpose, but
Hello.
they had better aim than a lot of the stormtroopers later on. Like, they fucked that shit up. They went through and they cleared that shit. Like, they were fucking people up. And then later on, it's like, oh my god, these guys couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if you dropped it on them. Like, the fuck.
They could shoot a couple of Ewoks.
No, that was an ATST pilot.
I know,
just
but
putting
they
that
still shot
out
it.
there.
We'll do one more run. I got
Actually, the
enough time
funny
for
thing
it.
is, the first time I watched number 6, I didn't actually know the Ewok died. I thought it was just doing like a flip from the explosion behind it.
So when you realised it was dead, did you cry? Did
The
you
first
get
time I
teary?
watched the movie, no. The second time, I knew it was coming, yes. Weirdly enough.
Alright, let's head over to
Keeping in mind, I was
Call
7 years
the
old when I
condo
saw
over
this.
there.
Oh,
Where are
that's
we at
different
now?
then.
Yes,
Rank
yes, it
wise.
is.
Well, 11%.
Oh, there's a letter here.
Rank 6 or 7? 6.
Hang on, so I'll grab the letter and then we'll go and do this hunt. Or if you want to keep... Oh no, I've got to grab a weapon here though, man.
Oh, that's what I was doing. Let's go over to Feihu.
So I've got to use these guns. There's one there for you over there.
What do you mean,
the rocks.
Cameroon? How do you get your screen the way it is? Are you talking on the PlayStation to get rid of, like, the chat bar on the right-hand side? You just remove the message to spectators option.
Did you grab the gun?
Where is it? Feihu.
What gun?
I could probably
This
go
one here
this
next
way.
against the rock.
We didn't even
You
check
gotta use
that
that one.
today.
47.
Yeah, we've got to use that to hunt.
Where you at?
Because we're hunting a specific
I don't
animal.
think
We've got to
expansion's
use
gonna
that
help
gun.
anything.
Fine, but I want to change my weapon when we come back.
Oh yeah, of course. We'll
Using, no, Feihu,
we'll,
that's
walk back to our base.
Hang on, isn't this the one we did recently with all the bears? No,
No,
tigers.
it's tigers. It's tigers, great.
Alright, well, I'm going to use my shotgun until we see the red tiger.
Excellent. Time for some bait. I need some.
Oh yeah, see, I actually have a tablet in front of me, Cameroon, and that's how I can view the comments as well as moderate it.
Thanks for. Here it comes.
Well, I don't like watch my own
Oh,
stream
no,
per se, but I have
help.
I click on my own stream and then I can see the live chat.
Oh, it's trying to reach me. Go away. Oh, get away from me. You son of a bitch.
And if you mean the little black bar that comes up at the top, that's
Oh,
just
no,
like a
it's coming from me
PlayStation
again.
4 thing feature.
Attack him. He's tastier. He's tastier.
Probably am.
I'm telling you, he's German.
I
Sauerkraut.
make
You'll
better
like it.
meat!
Let
Go
me
get
know.
him! He's got
meat.
cookies in his pockets. I've got tampons.
Shoot. Oh, you killed him.
Good old
You
Far
killed
Cry
him at
4.
the same time. You killed him at the same time he got me.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
tiger.
can't
No problem,
skin him,
Cameron.
So I've got to wait for you to respawn.
I will
Four,
check it out eventually, Annabeth.
Four,
During the day, I really can't do
zero.
anything right now. It gets too fucking hot for me.
Tamiamo la tigra.
35 degrees Celsius might be like fucking par for the course for you guys, but 35 degrees for a week solid is pretty rough on a Canadian.
Let's pick a few flowers and go back to base.
Okay, well, in northern Canadian, because Vancouver actually gets really fucking warm during the summer.
The way you said that in sequence. Let's pick a few flowers and then go back to base, lads.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna court the commander today. Oh
so
shit.
Oh, I'm sick of people
Why is
taking
this-
my
why
comments out of
is this-
context. It's a disgrace.
Hey DJ, why is this pond here red? Why is this
I
pond
don't know.
red?
It's
Like
probably
blood?
red with my anger.
It's not phosphorus or anything, is it?
Phosphorus.
I don't know, what turns copper?
Mm-hmm.
Copper would turn water red, right?
Oh, healing
Tea
surge
tree
as well,
oil?
still
Please
6
don't.
slots
It's
of health.
embarrassing
I'll
short
take
and it's a
that one.
test anyways.
Oh wow, that's perfect.
But yeah, come look at this pond.
Sorry, I was just upgrading my skills.
And yeah,
You're
Cameron,
getting there too.
if you if you're doing your live chat and shit and somebody comments, you can like hit the little tab thing beside their name. You can assign them as a moderator, you can ban them, you can put them in a timeout, or you can just delete their comment, which is fan-fucking-tastic when, you know, jackasses come in and are like, hey, go sub to my channel.
Yeah, it is red. Yeah, I know. It's
DJ,
good
can
to
you
still-
make me a mod? There's a comment on your page that needs removal.
Oh, for fuck.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's that the subscribe one there.
He's asking other people in your chat to subscribe to him because he's new on YouTube. That is not a reason to be
No.
subscribed to.
No.
That is a reason for people to come and look at your channel, but not to be subscribing to you, just for no reason. Like, you need to put out some good content if you want subscribers. That's
Yeah.
how it works.
Well, you need to attract people, and like
we're
that's
doing our darndest, and I haven't even reached my first 100 yet. Like, at least try. before
Yeah,
you do
exactly.
that.
Well, I mean, like, granted, I'm hitting 150 and I'm doing good now, but I have put out over 750 videos in the last 2 fucking years. Like, I have put in the work to get the subs that I currently have. Honestly, Chairman, you might get it at some point in time. I don't really have a need for moderators right now, but Annabeth, Chairman, you guys are definitely on the list when the channel gets bigger and the chat gets to be a lot more chaotic and shit like that. I will definitely have moderators. And yeah, both of you guys are loyal fans. You're constantly in the streams and shit like that. You'll probably get mod status at some point in time. Her to her will probably get it as well.
DJ's like, have I done enough?
Have
I don't
I
think
done
you have,
enough too?
DJ. Not compared to Annabeth, aka Mozza.
Well, and like, don't get me wrong, DJ. I stream with you and shit like that, but that generally means that you're not going to be looking at my comments and... a mod is there to moderate the comment section, right?
Correct, and I'd have to end up modifying myself too, so yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't have a PC to do any editing or anything like that yet, so...
I can't buy that gun anyway, so...
It's just the raw live stream
Do you
footage
want
for
any
now.
guns, DJ?
No, not really, but I do want
Obviously, I
explosives.
can
Except
give
in
you
Why,
anything you
guys?
want.
No. And, actually, I should
Oh,
have...
fire arrows.
Tip-off. What the
Might as well buy
fuck?
those, some explosive ones.
Put an end to the killing spree of Pirate Lord Pinder?
You know what that means? Now that I've got the
uh,
explosive arrows, I'm going to
tip
change
off.
to a bow and arrow.
I'm sorry, are you killing Tinder? What's going on?
No, I would like
Yeah,
have a whole
Tinder.
bunch of messages in my thing that I like are weird. One of our associates intercepted part of a data packet. We want the rest of it. If you can get there before anyone can secure the data point, maybe you can turn a profit from any data recovered.
Oh,
And then it
come
tells
on,
you like
boy.
where to go to scan the data and shit like that.
Oh,
Huh.
don't be so negative.
Weird.
I'm not doing
Never
it.
gotten those ones before.
Why do you
Promoted to
do
rank
that?
of
I'm eating
warm-
a glass of
Oh
water.
yeah,
Stop
we
it.
got our fucking system permit for the fucking Sirius Corp. Fair enough, Chairman. And actually, my plan is, when I do have an editing computer, I will start up a Kush Coffee and Games live channel, and all of the live stream footage will go to that
Oh.
channel, and then any of the edited footage will stay on my main channel, or maybe I'll even rename my main channel as a live one, and then create the secondary one. But the edited footage will be edited from the live stream so that people who don't want to sit there or don't have the time to sit there and watch a 2-hour live stream
Oh, you've
can
actually
watch the
told
condensed
me
30 to
that.
45 minute version that just has the action and the funny parts, right? But yeah, for the most part, I'd like to pander to both markets that way, because I know some people like the full raw. They like to see everything you're doing, even the fuck-ups, even the stupid shit. They do want to learn from your mistakes, and they want to see you suffer a little bit. It's a little bit fun to watch somebody fucking rage out because they can't get past a part. I totally agree. I've been there. But for the people that want edited footage, I will be doing that when I have a computer as well.
Consequently, I've got edited footage if you're interested. Hiya!
Commander, just give me a second to another mission.
I'm just currently exploding mortars all over the base. And
I lined up my player so that everyone can see what you're doing.
Well, all they're going to see is me planning on burning down this entire base. And it's working too, there's fire like right up to the door where you are.
Alright, man, have a good one, Cameroon, and talk to you when I talk to you again.
Cameroon?
Cameroon, yep.
Hello, H2O Delirious. Oh, Delirious. Stop.
Must be African. Cameroon. Unless it's Cameron.
I think it's like Cameron, but he added an extra zero or an extra O, because Cameron would probably be taken.
Or people say his name really funny where he lives, and it's like Cameroon.
Could just be Cameroon, but yeah, he already pieced out, so he won't be able to answer that question for us until the next stream.
That's fine.
They have a particular accent. All I can hear is the mortar.
The mortar, like,
wish
you don't
I
have
did.
the most opportunity to use that thing in the game, but fuck is it overpowered.
It's so good.
Yeah, but when you get it, boy, does it annihilate. Actually, I really like taking out a pack of wolves with it once. 5 of them in a row. But yeah, it's a bit hard to line it up because usually when they hear the whistling sound, they tend to move around a bit. But a bit like trying to do an orbital strike in Battlefront, eh?
Fair enough, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next, where's the next, what's that? That's a bell tower. We'll go liberate that bell tower, that should open up the majority of the map.
10310.
You may stop lobbing mortars now. You know what, Commander? Herc really suits you as a character. Come on, man, let's go.
Yeah, I'm going.
Actually, that's a good... You should go back and play Far Cry 3 now, because Herc actually is in Far Cry 3, and he's more... Well, I guess he's not really like a centralized character unless you get the DLC, because there's like a Herc DLC thing. But it is fucking hilarious. I don't want to spoil too much, but he ends up teaching a monkey how to use grenades.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's
That would be
fucking
Herc.
hilarious.
Well, actually, I don't even have Far Cry 3, so that would be a new game for me.
And
Far
it
Cry
was
3
better than Far
multiplayer?
Cry 4 for the story. There's some things about Far Cry 4 that were better gameplay-wise, but the story itself was way
story
better.
in 3 was way better.
No, the camera event.
And because of like the way you progress, everything that you progress, you get a new arm tattoo. That's so every time you're progressing, you're unlocking new abilities, you're finding new relics. It shows up on your arm, and it definitely like it makes you want to progress through it, so you could fill your whole fucking sleeve up. You know what I mean? And you can see it when you're hang gliding and
Yeah.
shit. Like it's really fucking cool that way. And the main enemy, goddamn, was he good? Like
Yeah,
very
you're a
well
gotcha.
fucking made.
He was like Moriarty level supervillain.
Yeah.
That's one way to get rid of it.
I has handgun.
I has handgun.
No, but the way you use the mortar and fire the machine gun so wildly, you actually behave like Herc, Commander. You actually finished the character quite well. Oh shit. What happened?
Hmm?
Oh, what'd you shoot them for?
Because they gave me all their money.
Oh, okay. Well, that
They
makes
gave
sense.
me all their money, so I had to shoot them.
Oh, don't shoot them, don't shoot them. I want to get them the proper way. I just want to get one the proper way.
I'll throw
I wanna do
knives. How's that?
I want to go, yes. I want to do a headshot, just on this one.
I gotta say,
Got me,
Annabeth, those theme songs are very dark and kind of fucked up in a lot of different ways.
Oh wow, it's actually giving me a bonus for doing that. Yeah, thanks for not shooting it. But 2 headshots brought it down.
This yak has no penis or vagina.
Oh, watch out for the eagle.
Does it have an
Eagle?
asshole? Because at the very least, you can solve that problem.
Fuck you, eagle! Fuck you!
Oh, I was trying to get it with the bow and arrow.
I'm trying to get it with
The
knives.
first theme is a happy one. The rest of them just
Nice.
shit on everybody. Oh, that's great.
No, we lost our vehicle though. Can we climb up here? Oh, that was a throwing knife. Yeah, we can go up here actually, come in, that's
How
alright.
many? 6 jumps?
Oh
I'll
yeah,
make
here
the
it is,
6.
here's the road. I'll issue the commands. Oh, there's another
Bye,
yak
Nora.
here. Actually, I'm looking at another one. Actually, no, don't.
Raz and Turtles Gaming Yak Fest! Full of all the yaks you could hope for!
Oh, okay. Well,
Including live ones, dead ones, grey ones,
Oh,
brown
any t-
ones, and
any
fucking yaks!
Now, Annabeth, is it spoiler
It's
or
actually-
foreshadowing?
Oh, the
Because those are
chairman.
very different things.
there you go, Chairman. Are you enjoying our Yak Fest? We're actually hacking up yaks in the Far Cry 4. Hence being consistent with the title of our stream. Because that's what we like consistency. Isn't that right, Commander?
Well, I mean, in
Hmm.
consistency? Not exactly the most entertaining thing.
What, chopping up a yak?
No, just consistency. It can get
Oh.
boring.
Oh.
And also consistency can be floppy. Depends on what, we're adding onto it at the end. Or what we're doing with said consistency. Surprise, motherfucker! I just wingsuited into the face of a sniper.
Oh, so we've got to go up there, do we?
He was like aiming through the canyon and I'm just wingsuiting into his face. He's gone, ah! It's
I don't remember if you
illegal!
can you
Oh,
drop
man!"
shit when you're in the wingsuit? Can you like chuck grenades down? Because that would be another feature that'd be kind of nice.
That would, because you can hold a grenade with a wingsuit.
Need to go
You would
up
have to
there.
have like you wouldn't. No, you'd still be able to do the pin thing, I guess, because you just like you would hold the grenade by the pin and just drop it.
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot stuff now. You can't.
You wouldn't have to like explicitly pull the pin and then chuck the grenade down. Yeah, you could just
Although,
literally pull it out, grab it by the pin in one finger to.
While you're using the parachute, you can. I just tried.
There's no grapple point up there. Damn it.
That's what
There's
she
no
said.
grapple point
Well,
over there,
unfortunately,
too.
Annabeth, that happens a lot. If a creator makes a character too badass, they have to kill him off at some point. Otherwise, you get One Punch Man, which is a fantastic series, and I urge anybody who hasn't seen it to watch that because it's fucking hilarious and epic.
You sure there
But,
wasn't a grapple point here, Commander?
Yeah.
Well, I
Overpowered
don't know
characters get
about
written out real
anything.
quick. Same with Broly. Broly had a really stupid
Oh,
fucking
that's what
ending. He
happened.
was a super badass and dumb ending.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's one over there. Can't reach it. What about this one? Oh yeah, there it is. It's over here, Commander.
Dun, dun, dun,
So I think
dun,
you gotta go up to
dun,
this
dun.
one.
Alright, here's an interesting
Okay.
question
You
for
know
our
how you were
discussion.
meant to do it, don't you, DJ?
If you could be
I think this one would
sponsored
be-
by one company, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. YouTube. Because that'd be like a never-ending cycle of income.
Maybe. I mean, I guess you can, yeah, loophole it that way, I guess. DJ, what about you?
Well, I would say I'd like to be sponsored by Apple because, as they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Okay, alright.
Okay, well, we both went for non-serious answers. If I have to actually give a serious answer, it would be Audi.
Audi,
everything-
ooh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. So now you understand.
Yeah. Are you sure it's
You're
not
like,
Maserati?
I want to read it. Well, let's see who owns who.
Oh shit! Yeah, well, I think Maserati isn't owned by Audi. I think they're different companies entirely. Because Maserati
Actually, I wouldn't
is
mind being sponsored by
like an
Ferrari.
Italian, and
That would
fucking
be
Audi is a
awesome.
German. Personally, and I know this is like a stupid answer in a sense, but McDonald's. A, they have a ridiculous amount of money. B,
Hell,
I eat a fuck
I'm
ton of
being
McDonald's
killed
and I'm
by a
140 pounds. They could put me on a
How'd you get up
supersize
there?
me diet and I wouldn't gain more than 10. Basically because I've lived off of it for fucking years and shit like that. Like, I didn't go from
get
fucking
it.
vegan to extreme fucking, you know, garbage food eater, but
can't-
yeah,
I
I
can't
could,
help
like,
you
I could
because I
reverse that
can't
shit,
get
at least
up
in
there.
Canada.
You're terrible
How'd
at
you get
games, DJ.
How'd you get up there?
I climbed like you are. And then I swang.
Yeah, but you didn't go to this
Swung.
point though, did you?
I swang. I'm just gonna
You
drop
went and
myself
swang
off
with the
cliff. I think that'd be more
swangers.
fun.
Oh, you gotta go this way.
You went and swang with the swangers and the or
I
the
went
the
the wrong
thobs.
way. Sorry, man.
Alright,
Yeah, I've got it now.
now that I'm dead.
Good old twobs.
I'll
Sorry,
also make
man.
sure you let out more rope. That's not enough rope. Here you go.
Nice. Fake.
I'm watching DJ swing like a
Last fucking-
child.
Last stop. And perfect timing.
Pick yourself up off the floor.
Oh, the yak.
The
Thank
one
you.
that killed me, yeah.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, another grenade. No, you're killing me. What are you doing that for? What'd I do?
I don't know, it's fun. Oh, there's a yak. It's a yak fest. It
I think
really
I've got
is.
enough. It's a yak.
Man, I have so many grenades. Look at this shit. I can throw so many.
Wow. It's a wonder the whole station doesn't know we're here.
Wow. A Star Wars quote in Far Cry 4, really?
Yep. Go ahead. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. Well, I mean, not the most productive stream, but we got some of our grinding away. We made a whole fuck ton of money. We over doubled our money, so that's fucking awesome. We did also gain another rank in the Federation. Also fucking awesome. I will be moving on to Just Cause 3 now, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed this episode. It was completely different due to the fact that it was like a podcast. I'll probably rename the episode later, and all that shit. But if you have enjoyed, do a solid, hit the like button, leave a comment, thoughts, critiques, criticisms, what kind of games you'd like to see featured on the channel, and if you feel like it, what other kind of topics you would like discussed during these types of these streams. Leave a sub if you haven't already, a follow if you're watching on the PlayStation, and as always, hit that share button to help spread the word of Kush Coffee and Games so we can continue to grow this community as a whole. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a very short while over on the Just Cause 3 side. Peace.